Boxed in. The truth gets loud with no device. You're boxed in with Bryce.
There she is. There she is.
We're off to the races.
Thanks for coming on, man. I'm sorry that the first filming of the episode didn't go well.
Oh, any reason to come back and do more of these? My goodness, don't you even
worry about it.
Yeah. I hope this one goes badly too. Honestly,
no. You're a reoccurring guest, 100%.
I know that.
That's obviously. What were we just talking about here? We're talking about people getting into relationships and then changing completely.
You?
Don't say I'm that guy.
Not completely, obviously. You're still you.
No, because that's something that I've always talked about, of being like, when someone gets into a relationship, you can tighten down the knob on the right side a little bit.
I know how to knob things.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Continue. I'm fidgeting.
You can fidget. You're a little fidgeter.
I'm fidgeting, you know?
I respect that. But I don't feel like I'm the guy to change.
No one said you changed. That's you.
No, you were like, what? Sometimes when you're with a girl, you go MIA, you ghost.
It's not changing. The both of those things is the same personality. It's typically, I mean, I feel like I have most of the symptoms of a bipolar depression type 2. Like maybe 80%. But like, I understand it. And it's like a social recharge. People think I'm extroverted, but really I'm introverted. But I love being extroverted when I have the energy and I have the motivation. But sometimes I like to go slither away too and just, do that. But after a while, I start to realize what I'm doing and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. And I'm not saying it's easy to change. I'm not saying it always happens like that. But baby steps, and that's what I've been doing lately. That's the self-work I've been doing. Just the last few weeks, I would say.
How much of your environment do you think affects that?
Everything.
Because, right, we always talk about...
Everything.
Especially you, someone that...
Everything.
You've been a house manager for, like, a communion house that people have stayed at. Do you think it's something about also having roommates? Because I think that I see a lot of people become the... introverted person to recharge because you've had roommates, you've had family, you've had siblings, you've had A, B, and C, and then what comes in is like you get your own apartment, and then a lot of people will never, like, you always hear the famous saying of, once you don't have roommates, you'll never have them again, because after somebody lives alone. You haven't heard that?
No, I haven't heard that.
I've heard that.
I love having roommates.
I do too. I'm just saying, a lot of people say that, like, it's hard to go back unless it's a significant other. It's hard once you live alone to go back to having them. I agree. Roommates are great.
I don't know. I don't know, because I haven't lived alone long enough and then gone back to roommates to really know. But back to your point, no, I've always been that way. I've always needed to socially recharge. Like, when I had a bunch of housemates and I was managing them, when I lived with family, when I lived with friends, like, it's never changed. But having people around does kind of bring that back faster, that motivation. Helps me keep track of time a little bit better.
Yeah, because when you're by yourself, it's almost you can get, like, fallen into the trap of, like, markers, when you're living, when you're with other people.
A lot of people do. I see that.
When you're living with other people, you can literally marker, we went here, we did this happened. Somebody else is there to relay it off of, compared to by yourself, to be not introverted, but to look into yourself and then understand those markers are very different.
I had that thought for a moment of, like, could I ever have housemates again? And then I realized that, fuck yeah. Who the fuck cares? Mix it up sometimes, That's how you learn about yourself. That's how you grow. That's how you let go of silly things. Just don't set boundaries on yourself. But so many people do. They say, "Oh, I could never live with someone again." You know what that tells me is they like to do some weird shit, at home. Because it's shit that I do at home that, like, now that I live it by myself, that I wouldn't do with housemates. Obviously, I wouldn't cook with just an apron. Where's the camera?
Bareback apron with
Everyone loves it though.
Okay.
Dude, all the girls love that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I just take the shirt off, put the apron on.
Okay, I respect that. You just walk out with the apron.
Yeah, and I just know I gotta clean that chair later.
Are you doing like are you doing like the chef, like are we doing like waist aprons? Full top to body?
I got this from my ex. It's not even a chef apron. It's like a welding apron, but for fine jewelry. And so it's all denim, fucking decked out in like fucking gold buckles and shit.
It's like double kneed, but like the whole.
It's got knee pockets for some fucking reason. Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah. It looks legit.
Yeah.
And so, what I'm saying is that if you want to be a man, you want to pull that lovely little move. It's beautiful. I recommend it to everyone. Don't go buy some skinny little fucking, apron. Get some fucking thick construction shit. Like, if you got to make it, you got to make it. Get some overalls. Just cut the sides off. Like, get some thick shit and wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another thing about why I love cooking outside now. It's just like we were talking about before.
Oh, it looks so much. Yeah, they would turn them on so much more if you were doing it in that outside for sure.
Yeah, sure. No. Go fuck.
But then now that means you got to be a gardener, and like not everybody has the time for that.
Just a cleanliness thing though of cooking outside. Something about cooking outside. I think when I build my house, I want to put a decent like kitchen on the outdoors. I don't want to do like just like a grill.
That's typically illegal or called a barbecue.
No, I'm talking about like a full like stove system outside. Rare, super rare. It happens more in the South than here.
It happens in Garden Grove on every fucking house. Every house has an extra stove outside.
I'm not talking about the random ass
it's not
Traeger
random.
they have in the back.
No, it's a fucking used gas stove, and they get fucking fined all the time. Like I get hit up for this kind of permit job all the time. They're like, we want an outdoor kitchen, but they said it's illegal. I'm like, yeah, you're breaking a bunch of fucking fire codes for sure.
But the loophole is mine's electric, which I wonder where the law goes in, right? Because we just went camping in Big Sur, great trip, and it's like no fire pits and it says like no cooking outdoors. Where does that go with? Because you can't spark anything from an electric stove.
Because usually they are electric a lot of times too. No, they're gas. Fuck it.
Stoves are 100% gas.
No, there's a lot of different kinds of stoves.
Okay, not 100%,
but for the
100% mostly
for the Vietnamese
gas.
people, they do the stove gas. They do the remodel with the stove line. The gas line to the stove. Maybe that's why they're getting so much trouble, huh? Oh, you like that, huh? You like the ABG guy, huh?
I love Garden Grove.
Garden Grove, so the good one, huh?
I really do love it.
Got a little Chinese there. Sorry,
it switched over. Just a little different.
Wait till it gets Indian.
When did I find out that Indians were Asian? Not too long ago.
Right?
Not too long ago.
I mean,
no, it was actually a little bit of time, I think, but I did not really understand that. Like, where are the correlations? I don't know. Where are the similarities?
Okay, but
fish.
No,
I mean,
there's no similarities. It's just fucking they're drawing lines. It's just the fucking British drawing lines, like they like to do, make things easy. That to Asia, that where we live, that where we bomb, and that's
wasn't everywhere where they lived. Did they have one place where they lived?
Well, with all the money and shit's going to the UK and stuff.
They took over everywhere.
Yeah,
they were that's why there's like
but they
random.
They didn't keep controlling everything all the time. They got overthrown all the time, so they gotta go bomb them.
Yeah, no, for sure. But even nowadays, they have like settlers that were from all over the place around the world. Like especially I know in like random French countries too. Like that happens a lot. Like a lot of are just scattered that's just had that for generations and generations.
It's a plan. It's a strategic plan. Do you not see all the Chinese people? Bro, they are killing that plan everywhere. Like Australia had to, they had to start banning new Chinese people from coming in.
Really?
Because it was becoming more Chinese than Australians. Yeah.
I feel like in LA I don't see it as much. Maybe it's just like where I'm going. There's a couple cities for sure. compared to like when we were in the Bay.
Because they're not in LA, they're in Arcadia. They're in East LA.
Yeah.
They've always been in East LA.
Yeah.
My dad grew up in East LA.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, and there's a lot of like Riverside also too. But I feel like when we were in like the Bay, it was like a lot of places. They had a bunch of signs at train stops all over. Like it was. I mean, there's more Mexican people than Chinese, and there's nothing. I don't ever see a Spanish sign anywhere. I mean, Spanish sign anywhere.
There's Chinese signs in San Francisco?
Remember when we were at the BART? They had all the stuff in Chinese.
That's.
But we weren't in a Chinese neighborhood.
No, but it's the BART.
But that's interesting. As a big scale as the BART would have some. Okay,
maybe
today when we play pickleball, we're gonna go to fucking Westminster. Like they have advertisement and stuff in different languages. Obviously, that makes sense.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
But a main train line seems very different compared to me at a local
like
environment.
To
I get it.
Japan and seeing an English sign, with the Japanese. Essentially,
When's the last time you saw a sign that was in Espanol somewhere?
But I get Hulu ads in Espanol. Like
Hulu ads, I understand. That's digital marketing.
No, they know that I don't speak Espanol, and they're still sending me Espanol ads. They're wasting their fucking money.
They're trying to get the people's money out there. They're trying.
But they think I got a bunch of Espanol friends?
No, they just want.
Are they just profiling me based on my looks?
No. Maybe
because a lot of people do that.
Honestly.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Well, that's with Asians in LA. It's like, are you? You probably are.
The more American you are, the more you look Hispanic.
Yeah.
I've noticed. Yeah. If I had the bowl cut and shit,
Well, especially probably with Asians too, because Asians are like, you see it a lot more like cornered off in communities. So then, like, it's like everybody because
they don't want to
else.
learn English. They're lazy.
You think it's a lazy thing? It's like truly.
Bro, Asians lazy as fuck.
No, it's a community thing.
Asians, no, why would you not learn English? You're in America.
You don't have to.
Yeah, that's not lazy.
But no, it's because it's like
doing something that's good for you, but you don't have to do it. That's essentially the definition of lazy, is it not?
I agree.
Taking the first step.
I agree.
It's right there. It's so easy. Everything's just one step away.
You truly think that?
I think that if a person truly loves himself and they're willing to take the first step toward a good habit, it just starts to snowball.
When you want to change a habit, how long do you think it usually takes you?
Depends on your age. In your 20s, 2 weeks. You quit drinking, quit smoking, quit jerking off, whatever it is, 2 weeks. Habit's gone. After you get over 30, it's usually longer than 2 weeks. It's usually longer than 2 weeks. It varies depending on the person. Everyone has their own experiences.
Even if you start it later?
Start what later?
Like start that habit later? You're saying actually breaking the habit no matter how old it is? Or are you saying that more because you've had this smoking habit since you were 15 or whatever?
I think so. I think that it's not about how long you've had the habit. There's a slight, a little bit. But the majority of it is like how long you have to go until your brain like dumps the recycle bin.
Interesting.
It's all about it. Everyone chooses how they get over things. That's how I choose, I guess. I go 2 weeks, recycle bin, dump, that's gone. What do I want to do now? Well, that looks pretty good. Let's pick up that habit.
What's been your hardest habit to kick? It could be anything, not even just kind of the surface stuff.
There's a lot. A lot less than most people. I know that for sure. Which feels egotistical to say. But I'm pretty good at looking at things unbiasedly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really keep that shit in my head. I feel like that if you want to break a habit, it's not something you should think about all the time. The more you think about it, the more you manifest it.
Yep. I agree.
And so the once in a while, catch yourself, tell yourself it's bad, that, rubber band, whatever fucking, just try whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just doing that step. That's the step. That's the one step, is taking the thought to go, I shouldn't do that, or I should do less of that, or maybe I'm doing too much of that. Do some sort of physical feeling associated with it, whatever it is, then that's really what most people, all they need to do. And their brain will just automatically do that thing less, not want to do that.
I catch a lot of people nowadays too, not being able to fill their days to then when that thought comes to their brain, they're already just bored. So to push it away is so much more difficult for them compared to working a job or pursuing some type of interest.
It's only difficult because they're not actually pushing away, they're running away. Those people tend to distract themselves, and the moment they don't have a distraction, that's the thought, because they've never sat down and thought about it. They've never talked with anyone about it. And then that's why therapy can be good, to help someone talk about things that they would never talk about.
Yeah, it's bringing in the fucking race car and the pit crew for once, because they've just been rolling so fast.
Well, it's like bringing in fucking tire rack to do F1 car. They'll probably fuck it up mostly, but they might do right.
Well, I'm just saying that they're going so fast, right? Like they've never sat down with themselves or somebody else. That's like, now you're finally coming in and you're pitting.
Well, it's like a cockroach and light. The minute the lights come on, the cockroach they don't have a thought. Just get the fuck out of the light.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with them. Us. We have a thought. We just try to get the fuck out of the light before we can finish thinking about it, because it hurts too bad every time we try. But stop being a pussy. It's going to hurt no matter what. Pain is growth. No one grew from fucking winning all the time. They grew from when they thought they should win, and they didn't. And they had to figure out why, and it was not an easy answer. And they tried a lot of different things, and all those things made them even better.
That's been the biggest subject on my podcast. I never would have thought of it, but with all of my guests, the pain to then get over that barrier has been like the topic that most, from every walks of life, people have talked about, which is so interesting.
That's what separates that's one of the big divisions in people. Those who can find positive appreciation in pain, and those who just are brainwashed into thinking pain bad, never experience pain, run away, distract self. I don't really feel pity much, but for that, yeah. They're just not brave. I don't know. I've never figured it out. I've tried to change a lot of people and help them, but I've seen little sparks where they start to realize, but they run right back.
I think the biggest thing is, at least from what I've seen in people, is going through the actual adversity growing up. Like having people with money. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like people that I've seen grow up with less money have been in situations of more adversity. So later down the line, I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying that even if
it's not money, it's adversity.
Yes, but I'm saying that the money causes people to have less adversity. When you have money,
it can, but
especially with kids, not yourself.
But adversity is the main topic,
of course. But
whatever causes that.
What I'm saying is though that to even think about adversity, maybe when you're a kid and like you just know that something would be without having money here. I mean, it's just another hurdle compared to, and a lot of households that have money don't talk about anything money, don't talk about how much something costs unless it's to be used against you later. For the most part, when I go and I talk to people about service businesses with money, they're not talking about how much their plumber costs. They're not talking about how much the locksmith cost or how much the architect costs getting in. That they think of that as it's too posh almost to talk to anybody about that. And then, so for kids, if you're doing that to your children, you're making it seem the adversity that maybe even if it was a hurdle or a financial burden or whatever, that, right? Because those are real world problems that then kids aren't seeing adversity to. I just think it's a big factor. It's not the only thing that can happen, but I just see people that have less money see more adversity.
It's parenting. They grew up with less money, but the parents could just do everything for them. It's all about growing up in an environment where you're just never challenged. You never pushed to do something new. When you're expected to fail, maybe even. Because like this could happen with someone who's poor and expected to fail. They'll never try anything. They'll be the same way. Like I just don't want money to be like the root of all evil. I agree that money can fuck things up if you use it wrong, and a lot of people do. But if you use it right, it could be an amazing thing.
I completely agree. I'm just saying I've seen that the most. Of course. I mean, you see people that have no drive that also have no money or think everything is too hard because of it. I think you see it go the other way. I just think it's a big thing that I've seen with people. Maybe it's the circles I'm hanging out with. I've seen people with money maybe that later in life that the things that they're looking at are way more difficult, compared to maybe the goal that they would like to do as being hard and all of these different steps to get to it, which what with people adversity understand, hey, the difficult part of this is all the steps, but I'm going to do all the steps, compared to you see a lot of people getting hung up on stupid shit, like applying for jobs, like, oh, Indeed is never hitting me back. Like I feel like it's the biggest thing I hear in this generation. It's like people put 150, not 150. That's like actually someone that wants to adversity. Most people put like 10 resumes out, 15 resumes. And then they're like, oh shit, no fucking job. Right. Compared to, I remember when I got my first job, I'm just knocking every single business I see before I unless it was a bar or dispensary. I'm like,
did you have chores?
Can I work
growing
here?
up?
Some.
Were they expected of you to be done every week?
I think it was almost like a false promise. Like when things would go bad, it's similar to like in relationships. It's like, we're going to fix all of that. And then in a lot of relationships or even things, it was like, it lasted a couple weeks, but it was not a standard. No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I see multiple Instagram posts about how that's one of the major defining factors of people who are happy and successful compared to the opposite is whether they had to do chores growing up. And I can't imagine someone growing up without chores. What the fuck, dude? I had at least 5 things I had to do every week. I had to cut the grass, I had to pick up the dog shit, I had to wash the windows, vacuum if mom didn't do it, something else I don't remember, maybe clean my room or some bullshit. But every week I had to do that, but I got paid for it. $10. You do all your chores, you get paid instead of being punished for it. But dad made money so delicious. Perfect word. Delicious that I could not do it.
Yeah.
Like, he's taught me how to save and that you want to save. And I love him for that, for sure. I'm different than that now. Now money fucking means nothing to me.
But at the time, it was everything.
At the time, it was one of the gods. Yeah, for sure. And it is until you have enough money plus enough, oh God, what do I call it?
Financial freedom?
No, it's I don't want to say enlightenment. It's too broad, but like confidence.
Mm.
And you have enough money and confidence, and it's not a lot of money. You really don't need a lot. People think you need millions and a bunch of properties. No, you just need an outlet for money. When you know you can just go work and make money and survive, and you don't have to listen to anyone. Whether you save some years, you got to use your savings other years. Like, you got that good, you set right there. You could do something you love to do. Make a living off it where you can live healthy. And I don't want to say comfortably, because like I don't believe in comfort. I think comfort's a fucking motivation killer. But healthy is big. You could actually build your own house and buy good food and filter your water. But once you have that ability, who cares? Money means nothing. The only thing money means is the extra things that you could do for other people. How you can help the world, how you can help your family, maybe send your nephew and niece to college. But actually don't do that. Fucking make them work for it. They want to go to college, rack up 50 grand, then they better be fucking working while they do it. College is not hard. It's a daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, is there a number?
For what?
For it to feel that way?
Like, amount of savings?
Yeah, in shekels. No, yeah, is there a number? Is there like a dollar amount that you could put?
Well, it obviously changes every year. We have inflation,
Okay.
Things.
But
things
I'm not talking
change.
about I'm just talking about right now. For some you're talking to the youth
2026.
right now. 2026, the youth. Is there a number you're thinking of?
Are you talking savings? Are you talking guaranteed skilled income?
The feeling that you're referring to.
The feeling I'm referring
The one you
to.
just talked about.
Well, there's a lot of studies that say about 70,000.
Mm-hmm.
Anything over 70,000, you really don't need.
For day to day while working.
To enjoy your life.
Yeah.
To do your traveling, to eat you healthy. Of course, you're not going to waste money on luxurious things. That's different. That's not necessary. That's not even good, to be honest. But it's more about being able to make money, whether it's flipping cars or motorcycles or buying pallets of shit off fucking Amazon and selling it. When you can guarantee that you have enough abilities to at any time make what you want, then whatever savings you have, that's a buffer. That's where you can take a break from whatever you're doing and try something new.
Having the steady income just constantly coming in.
And the goal isn't to save money. The goal is to continuously try new endeavors.
Yeah.
That's if you want to be successful, that's it. Do not worry about savings. Do not worry about any of that bullshit. Even buying a house could hold you back. It's all about your money goes to the next endeavor. The next amazing idea you have, and you'll get better and better, and then you're going to come up with an idea that's going to change the world. And money will still not matter because you have so fucking much of it.
Do you think when people do that they should stay within the same topic of what they're doing it in? Or do you think that it should be broadened out to different ones? For example, I always found it interesting. I have a uncle that is Japanese, and my uncle. Grandpa's sister would be what?
Grandpa's sister would be
cousin.
Grandpa's sister. No, that's your. No, not belated.
That's a cousin. Yes, that's a cousin.
Oh, you mean Grandpa's sister's
Grandpa's
kid's
sister?
kid.
No, just Grandpa's sister.
No. I guess okay. Yeah, I guess anything that's not named is a cousin.
I don't know. Anyways, so her husband, Japanese. I was like, am I tripping the fuck out? Is that a cousin? That's not my fucking I guess my grand sister. Anyways. I never thought of kind of
Grandpa's sister. Fucking Grandpa's sister.
Yeah, Grandpa's sister.
Yeah. This is fucking move on.
Grandpa's sister. Rest in peace, Jane. Gem. She made a bunch of poems.
Shout out.
We'll throw up a couple poems of hers. She released a book before she passed. Anyways, her husband was after, and I've seen this a lot with people. They get they retire. The average retirement in America is $1 million. They retire. I don't know how much he did, but anyways, you retire and you go into all these different endeavors of he did sword. We got to see him. He's in New Mexico.
Oh, he's still around?
He's a badass
Bro,
guy.
let's make a trip. Let's
we
do
got
it.
to. Anyways, he makes Japanese swords.
He's not.
Not.
He
got
swords.
He fucking imported the metal from Japan, a raw sheet of metal. What the steel?
You're just now telling me this? That he fucking cunt.
He imported the steel from Japan, and it was just a raw. It was nothing else. Cut. He traced it. He cut it. He has different he has a bunch of different styles and a bunch of different shit.
No, you don't cut it. You have to heat it and fold it, and you have to say certain Japanese chants in Japanese to bless it. Okay,
that's exactly what it was. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay, then yeah.
But he makes fucking samurais and a bunch of different shit. That he like into like in depths with like koi pawns and stuff, like a bunch of different stuff.
Good for him. Amazing.
Do you think you should do that in your career? Do you think you should? Because a lot of people just keep
as
it
soon
in
as
the
possible.
same.
As soon as possible.
So you think completely do different topics with what we were going on before about like, you don't think if you're in finance, stay in finance. You should also try B and C.
Everybody has the ability to get into a state of mind. Tesla and Edison both did this in different ways. It's that place between awake and sleep. And if you're in a relaxed enough state, your pineal gland literally opens. And it's like connected to the universe like by a fiber optic. And the universe will just send you ideas. God, whoever you believe in, Muhammad, they'll just send you ideas. They'll send you ideas that no one's ever thought of before. And they'll fill you with motivation. But that motivation doesn't last forever. And I say that, like, if you have that's the best thing about money, is that you could try all those things the universe gives you.
Yeah.
The universe is trying to give the world this, and they want to give it. They think you're strong enough to do it. And I say that if you have the time, make the time. Make sure you save the money, so when these things do come to you, fucking go for it.
I really like talking about that because I love that time in my life of, I always call it like a flow state, right? Of being able to, whatever it is, get into that flow state. When you catch yourself in those states, what does it look like? Is it late at night? Is it during the day?
I've known about this for a long time. This isn't something that I have to focus on. It's just, it happens randomly throughout the day. Any little thing, the perception is crazy. Any little thing can trigger an idea. But it's also good to focus on one, like pick something and focus on it. Choose wisely.
Because I catch myself in two types of different flow states. Communication with people, talking. And then I also catch the one that you were talking about that was interesting me. Obviously, for me and you, that's something that we can just jump into very easy from where, it doesn't matter where we are, who we're with. The saying is very stupid, but like create the party anywhere. I think it's a very fluffed version of pretty much
sayings I've never heard of. What?
You've never heard of create like, oh, these people like make the party anywhere.
I mean, I understand the idea.
Okay, maybe different. I don't know.
I guess for me, be able to have fun anywhere. I feel like your wording's just a little. It's not.
The saying is definitely that. If I would have pulled it up. Yeah, it's these people can make the party anywhere.
We'll check that later.
We'll check it.
Yeah.
But
because it's like really 50-50 when we check stuff. So I like
this is when who is right, who's wrong. Anyways, it's a saying, but there's that state, but then there's the also state of like, sometimes I feel almost like you're referring to like, a euphoric rush of an idea where sometimes it's late at night when it's really calm, when it's very like stagnant with the weather, and I almost get like, I'll get like 10 comedy jokes or 10 bits. I'll get different business ideas, how to flow here, flow there. And so is it a state that you feel all the time? Because I almost feel it in like rushes of, with communicating is one thing, but like what you were saying, the idea, harnessing the idea, and then putting the motivation to the idea. Do you see that when you're with people, or do you see that? Because I feel that mostly when I'm like alone.
Both. You can amplify it with people. That's the beautiful thing about people, is they amplify your frequencies if they match. And they harmonize. They don't just double, they are unlimited. And so, but you have to be with someone who's also an idea person.
Yeah.
You could be having a lot of fun, talking chit chat, small talk, funny things. If you're looking for jokes, then great. But everybody has a different topic that they're knowledgeable about. And that's the goal of, I think, socializing, is being able to connect with someone, get in the flow state. You both find a topic that you both know enough about where you can come up with a new idea. I try to do that with everyone I talk to about.
Just bounce ideas off of them.
Oh, yeah. I love to find out what people think they're really good at. And then learn about their experience and then push them to start a business. We live in America. This is literally made for businesses.
To go back on that, I was having a conversation with somebody about AI, and I thought it was ridiculous. The argument she was making was you shouldn't use AI because it's almost similar to like going through adversity, to go on Google and to read like 10 articles about something and then to get the answer of it. She was referring to it as being losing your humanity. Do you think with AI there is a point of just getting it so quick and fast? Because I do agree with her. If I had a library of books that were hardbacks and I could find out asbestos in this situation, I think that'd be a different factor. But I think that to get the answer quickly is, I don't want to read the New York Times with 15 ads and they're trying to make me subscribe to $1 a day. Where do you see with as far as that?
That's super easy. When you use AI for facts to look things up, it's the most amazing thing in the world. Oh my God, it saves me so much time, even my job, just looking up stupid shit. When it comes to opinions, it is a grain of salt. It is not to be trusted. Most likely it will tell you what you want to hear, so you keep using it. It's a business model. And so for opinions, I think you should go to your friends. Your opinions are based off of your environment, so why not talk to your environment to understand your opinions better? You'll probably find out why they had that opinion. Maybe they influenced you. Maybe you realize it's fucking stupid, their reason. Maybe they will too, and you'll stop having that fucking dumb opinion.
I agree. I like the way you put it, because it's true. Opinions are... No, it's very well said. I always just thought it was... And then she brings up the water thing, and I'm like, okay, I get data centers are using a lot of water, but yeah, it's very, very interesting to go back and forth with her on it, because I was almost saying the same thing of like efficiency, when to be efficient, and also come to people, right? Like, I mean, you can explain a construction question to AI, but there's so many factors that currently with where AI is, it won't understand all the best outcomes. For example, I came to you about, hey, what should I do about line up the beams, right? I mean, you can look it up online. It gives you so much, but there's so many more factors with it. And there's a human touch to certain things, but yeah, there's a huge touch too of just, hey, me and you are like, what is this fact? Let's look it up about that, When was this invented, or when did this happen?
One of my best friends is dating someone creating an AI company, and he asked me what I did. I told him architecture. He goes, actually, if you ever thought about getting into AI has hardly any data about architecture. Like, it needs someone to teach it about architecture so it could give better answers, because right now, that's one of the few fields that it fucking knows nothing about. And so if you wanted to, you could look for some sort of tech job helping AI learn about architecture. And so it's all about what they train it to do.
Oh, of course.
And so if they haven't trained it in something, it's going to just give you answers. You get look what it's based off of too. Look at the links.
Well, there's a funny...
some of the links are like Reddit and shit. And
yeah, it's like why you're pulling from there.
Or some are just advertisements,
So, I mean, yeah, it's huge. They're bringing in I think ChatGPT is one of the first to do it. It's a funny thing, though, you said that, because it makes me think of this one model that I saw somebody do, and it's the Whip It model. It's a little animation of them whipping the AI to go faster, and when it fucks up to correct itself. I was using AI like when it first started to code a couple of my websites, because I was paying coders and paying engineers to like post it and kind of run the whole show for it. And then I started putting in a bunch of code, and it would kind of shoot it back to me and show me displays. And you literally just have to like teach it. It's literally like a child of without forgetting, like a kid might, once you tell it, if it's the smarter models, if it's the quote
My
unquote.
shit forgets all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because you don't have the paid versions.
Oh.
That's how they get you. When you have the paid versions, the memory comes in because now the memory's not there. And that's how they're going to get you is later down the line, memory is going to be the only thing they're going to be able to sell because memory will be like your assistant. Everything you'll, so so there's the front end of AI, right? Which is the LLM, the large language models, which is Grok, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, which is like China's version. And those are all things that are pushing out to you. But then the backside of it is all these coders on Claude that build their own AI programs that actually have a memory fucking bank. So you can use a voice activated system and it can run your ads and it can, I mean, the AI
like a standalone system.
So it's pretty much just you can it's fully customizable.
No, but I'm saying, is it standalone? Is it connected to something?
It's a so you actually can download it on, so it's downloaded onto your terminal. So it's downloaded onto your computer.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that a lot.
So you can customize it. You can make it have visuals. I mean, people run ads with it. People run like the AI that everybody is getting right now. You don't have any function of it. You don't have it connected to anything. But what people are coding is complete virtual assistants, from picking up phone calls to running ads to managing your business to scheduling to reminders to, I mean, there's the custom, it goes forever, right? But those have memory banks of remembering everything.
Remind me about appointments that are like this.
Of course. And especially in like large environments, to just have like, I know there's this they do like large language models similar to how you would look up something on ChatGPT, but they've completely taken out the front desk lady, and it's just a no more hot receptionist. It's just a big flat screen TV. That's a problem. Where it tells you 9 to 10 is here, and 10 to 11 this person's here, and it's crazy. No, those are cool things with AI. Like actually coding something on the backside, which I've dabbled with a little bit when it first started, because I was like, hey, it's giving me so much slop, right? You hear with AI, the AI slop, you give it something, and then if it's too much information, it doesn't shoot it back to you, right?
Yeah. The problem with that is, I think the surveillance. I think we have to draw a borderline there, because it's like, do they do cameras, watch every move, watch your facial recognition, or do you just have a badge that, you know, when you're working or in the place, it scans where you're at? And I think there should be like a certain level there. AI is great, and in certain situations, maybe the facial recognition is great, but I think we should draw a line. You know, these flock cameras and things.
Crazy, the flock cameras.
What the fuck?
And it's like,
how did we let that in here?
And it's, but you know what I think? I think that they let people vote on some things that they think are valuable. But other things, for example, self-driving cars. I don't remember anybody voting about self-driving cars. I remember going to Arizona one day and I saw 15 of them. A year and a half later, they're in LA. It's the same thing. It's like some things undeniable. We are putting this into society. It's the same thing with flock cameras.
What is it that you don't like about self-driving cars?
It's not that I don't like self-driving cars. They're way more safe. They're way more efficient. It's not I don't like them. It's what I don't like is that when we vote for a president, everyone is it feels like a choice. And maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's rigged. Probably is, most likely than not. The problem I don't like is that the conversations aren't happening about that. When self-driving cars came out, it almost just felt like, hey, it's there. It never felt like the community was in. Now it seems like they put something in like flock cameras, and now we get the fucking uproar of like deflock and all these other organizations that come in and then do it, you know? Feels like the Soviet Union when they were putting cameras in pigeons and just sending them off to, or no, sorry, not cameras, recorders and pigeons to record on people to survey them, you know? That's the part I don't like, is that there wasn't a conversation before, and now all we're doing is trying to fight this huge company or companies that have built this huge system like self-driving cars or you know, whatever it might be.
I think there's a difference between the self-driving cars and the flock cameras. I think the self-driving cars are more self-contained. It's more personal choice. It doesn't affect anybody unless they're just having mass accidents or something. Then, like, obviously,
which has died
change
down
something.
from the beginning.
But the flock cameras is actually a change to the neighborhood. It's to the place you live. You know, it's not just passing through. It doesn't park in a garage at night. It's there constantly. And I don't know when that threshold got changed to where that was okay.
It was about 3 years ago. I don't know when it was okay. I don't know. But when they started putting them up, they have flock maps of when they went up all over the U.S. And it was about 3 to 4 years ago. So a little bit after COVID.
Like, I feel like there's something wrong with that in America. Other places, they do what they do. But over here, I don't know the exact amendment or constitution point, but I feel like that's not something we should be doing. I feel like there's some weird sneaky corruption going on that allowed that. And I'm surprised that so many cities are actually agreeing to it. I feel like just like the sheriffs in Riverside, I feel like there would be a few more cities that would stand up to this and say, no, thank you. Is there blackmailing going on? Like, too many cities are doing
I
it.
think, you know what I really think it is that if we were with a bunch of people and we're like, hey, let's go on a walk without our phone. Do you know what the first thing most people are going to say? Safety, right? I mean, that's what people are going to preach. What if something fucking happens? It's the same thing with flock cameras. It's their selling point. We don't need a phone on us if me and you went to did something right now, right? But we are been slowly entrapped to understand that it's a safety thing. I think it's the same thing with cameras.
Well, counterpoint, what if someone stole your car? What if someone stole your car and there was no way to track them, but there just happened to be a flock camera?
Yeah.
Like, would you then be like, cool, I like flock cameras now because it helped me in my situation? Or would you still say, no, I'd rather have lost the car to keep these rights?
I don't love this surveillance state thing personally. So,
but is it worth a car to you?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. I think that, at least for that point, it's beef up police force, and that will come in to play. And I also think a big thing too that we should do, especially with that, is like make it like a bounty. If somebody, without hurting, I mean, obviously it would go fucking crazy in LA, but like if you found a stolen car driving on a street and you had a tip,
that's just called a reward. Okay,
I like the reward. Bounty sounds fucking cooler. I want it to be a bounty. It's like
it's like different characteristics.
Oh, you want to be like a guy that has like cuffs and we're like, yo, we should become fucking bounty hunters. That would be sick.
Oh, we had so much fun. We have so much fun. You're too much of a bitch, though. You'd never do it.
What the fuck are you saying? I'm too much of a bitch.
I ask you to do all these crazy
Name one thing you ask me
all
crazy.
The time. Go travel. Go to NorCal. Go shooting.
I'm down to go to Lebanon. I'm down to go to Lebanon.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
End of September. Let's go.
I'm going to DC end of September, but when I get back,
just leave from DC to Lebanon. It's fine.
Just quick DC to Lebanon.
Just bring your Lebanon stuff to DC. It's fine.
Yeah.
You said it though. You said it. It's fucking on recording now.
I'm down to go to Lebanon.
All right.
Especially with all like, because I've been getting into more of like filming the world. I would love to film it over there. Get hit by 1 or 2 rocks, and then go talk to them after. Be like, hey, we're not on this. We just kind of want to talk to you guys. I would love to do that.
Finally, let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's
Are we bringing Mocha to Lebanon?
Oh, I'm gonna take her everywhere that I possibly can. Absolutely, yeah.
You think you could travel with her anywhere? You're really getting her like assimilated to be okay in public, so I actually wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah,
she's good. No, I actually think I could take her on a plane. She'd be fine.
How old is she?
Only at home 3.5 months, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only at home that she's a rascal. She feels very comfortable to misbehave.
Yeah,
but outside, yeah, behaving a lot better. I feel like I'm in my head. I think it's going too slow, but every time that I sit in the present and be grateful for what I have, I realize it's still very quick. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. First cat. Who knows?
What do you feel like is going too slow? Like when you're training her. Like, what are some things that you feel that go too slow? Like you're trying to teach her how to sit, or potty training, or
honestly,
human interaction.
she's growing up and she's learning things and trying new things. And me with my Japanese half mind thinks that like, oh, everything, I think it's some of that.
Yeah.
I think that's all it is. I block it out pretty good.
I mean, because I felt the same way with like animals that I've had, but it's like we talked about before. It's just maintaining and just every single day, little by little, and then definitely appreciating. Because I think with like animal trading too, you gotta appreciate. Hey, they know a lot of stuff too. Like I remember the biggest thing I wanted for my dog is to, like walk him off a leash, and I figured it out. And I was like, okay. And everyone looked at me crazy. I'd be on the street.
It's like, weird.
It's like,
right?
You're weird.
You think people would be like, wow, you're a good dog trainer. But no, they're just like,
well, it's because our dogs are so unhealthy. And I mean, they're eating slop. They're horribly trained, if not trained at all, besides maybe going out and not using the bathroom inside. I mean, they act like animals. They're going insane compared to being
this
a
is
little
what the
bit
law
trained.
should be about. The law should be if you want an animal, you need to go through a training course.
I actually love that.
Just like if you want a kid, you should go through a fucking training course.
Interesting. What do you think that would look like for kids? Like how long?
Oh no, it'd be for parents before they have.
Yeah, I mean for kids, like for parents.
Honestly, it would just be the basics.
Yeah.
It would just be like don't feed them fucking sugary cereal for breakfast. Like give them an egg or something. You could cook an egg. You don't have to make it all fancy. I mean, just a salt and an egg. Like don't get crazy with it, but put the effort in. There's so many little things. Like when your kid fucking gets in trouble. Like, don't just agree with the teacher. Like, fucking teach him a life lesson. If you think he was wrong, tell him you think he's wrong. If you think he's right, but the teacher thinks he's wrong, and fucking, just be real with him.
That's an art that's never talked about.
Oh, everyone's so obedient. Gotta listen to the professional.
I saw it a lot. I got sent away at 16. I was kicked out, and I got sent away to some treatment centers. And
old as fuck.
You old fuck.
Old fuck. 16.
I was 16, and I got sent away. And when I saw it the most, I never experienced it ever, but I always thought it was crazy. So when you have a kid that goes to a treatment center, and they're not, I guess you don't think that you could drive them there. They hire 2 ex-military guys, and there's a lot of companies that do this. It's the slang word is called gooning. So you get a couple goons, they come to your house, mob style. They wake you up.
Oh, so it could be like a theatrical thing. You could pay extra to have them like kidnap you
sick.
Essentially.
Yeah, they're just wearing like fucking like sombreros. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got kidnapped. So I was 16. Old. I woke up and it was 3:30 in the morning, and the weed gods told me to hit a wax pen till my lungs gave out. And I was absolutely toasted off my mind. 5:30 comes around after kind of hanging out. And 2 guys came inside my room, ran in, closed all the windows, and said, do you want me to grab you anything? You got a bag packed already, and it's time to go. Patted me down, put me in cuffs, and we went off to a treatment center I went to. And it was in Cali. And
sounds fun.
We went to go get a coffee before. They let me smoke a couple goodbye cigarettes. Didn't really smoke cigarettes at the time, but they're like, all right, let's calm the fucking kid down with cigarettes.
Let's just get him addicted real quick.
Say it again.
Let's just get him addicted really quick.
Yeah, really quick.
So that way when he's in there, we can bribe him with something cheap.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was. But the interesting is it shows that you sign your rights away to your kid for liability reasons with these people because they are at any means to get you from this place to this place. You actually sign custody over to them. And then when you get to treatment centers, if I'm not mistaken too, you literally sign, I think it's some sort of custody to them as well, or they're now in your custody. You still have ownership, but these people are now in your custody. I don't know exactly how it works, but I know for at least the goons, that's what it is. And you would see time and time again of parents completely letting go parenting and saying, hey, I've fucked up for whatever reason. My kid has turned out like this. Now I'm going to give full reins to these people compared to working back and forth of kind of understanding, like you were saying, which is a beautiful thing, which is, I was saying the lost art. It's like not every single teacher is going to have the same views as you. Not every single person is going to think of you exactly the same. And for the kids, it shouldn't be that way either, that the teachers are kind of almost scaled to like a god base.
Yeah. But, you know, to teach your kid to respect authority, you know, and be brainwashed by it, or show respect but have their own mind. It's so much easier just to tell them, oh, just do what everyone else does.
Be with the sheep.
Yeah, well, I mean, lazy. Yeah. Personally, I think I'm lazier than most people, but I'm so lazy that I'll put the work in now so I can be extra lazy later.
I do that too.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I want to really be lazy, have nothing to fucking worry about. So, you know, let's put a little work in now. Build a couple things here and there, learn a few things. Oh man, now I can just be so lazy whenever I want. I don't need to work. I don't need to do shit. I can pick up a job doing anything. Start a company doing anything, live anywhere. I don't ever have to stick to anyone's plans.
To go back to like the social recharge, because I like that point. What does that look like for you? Do you almost, because there's something I've been researching recently about how people go to concerts and they feel one of two ways. They either feel exerted or recharged, right? Because you go to this concert and it's almost a devilish way of like the music should probably empower you, similar to like gospel settings, compared to you go to like dark arts.
That's just
rap.
Insecurity.
You really think so? You really don't think that you could go to a concert? Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Well,
there's the other part too, but
first of all, if people are
that.
insecure, they're constantly thinking that people are looking at them and they're surrounded by more people than they usually are.
You think that's draining their battery?
Yeah, I mean, I've been that way. We've all been that way.
Interesting.
This is one of the very simple first things you got to get over is like knowing no one's fucking looking at you. No one gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Most likely everybody else is too worried about everyone else looking at them.
It's so crazy. It's so true though.
It's crazy.
It's so fucking crazy, but it's true.
Dude, that's called being conscious.
Yeah.
You know, being able to think of your own thoughts. Mm-hmm. Once you go, oh shit, I'm doing this, everyone else is probably fucking doing this. That means no one's fucking looking at me.
But the only time you ever hear about people talking about that is in the gym.
Everywhere.
But it's funny though that it's talked about a lot with the masses, that you hear a lot of people that go to gyms are like, hey, I'm nervous about how people are looking at me with my form. Because it's almost like a more intimate setting than being out and about. I just feel like I've heard that a lot in gyms. People talking about going to gyms. That's because
people are pussies. They never played sports. You play sports, gyms fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, you show way worse selves on the field.
Yeah.
They had a fucking camera on you. You'd have so many dumb fucking looking pictures. Yeah, no, the gym is like tailored sports.
Yeah.
Like, it's more about looking good than actually working out for a lot of people. But fuck it, I love looking at people. I think that's why I go to the gym. I want to be looked at. I want to look at them. We enjoy each other. We motivate each other. Dude, if I'm in a gym with a bunch of fat fucks, like, I'm not going to want to work out. If I'm in a gym with like people bigger than me, I'll be like, dude, I want to look like that. And I'm gonna manifest that by staring at that and enjoying it. No homo.
Yeah.
Unless it's you.
Okay, all right.
God, I get this twitch.
I got the little twitch in my eye. No, I definitely agree with that. And it's like an environment and people are there and everyone's like cool.
Yeah, the gym's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Know?
I will say.
Some gyms aren't though.
Some gyms are fucking
sad. A
little sad. Yeah. I will say that.
I think all gyms have gotten sad lately. Like, yeah, I don't know. I tried. I haven't been back in a while.
Do you think it's Cali? Sad. Do you think a lot of these social issues that me and you refer to all the time is where we are in California?
When I grew up, it wasn't great, but you know, it was
way better.
We started gymming like 2008 after high school.
I'm just talking about socially.
And back then, it was still a little awkward, but like I've been to gyms sometimes where like everyone's super friendly and like communicative, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to get in here?" Like they're looking to socialize. And I'm like, hey, if you want to socialize, that's what the gym's for. If you don't want to socialize, buy some fucking weights and stay home.
Yeah.
Like, you get a way better workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you don't actually want to work out. You're just trying to get attention. Some people just want attention. I used to go for attention. I wear slutty little clothes and will lift way too much weight, you know?
Get the armband, you fucking... when you go to the gym, are you more free weight guy or machine guy?
Used to be machine, now it's more free weight. Yeah, I love free weights. I think free weights work out so many muscles that you could never even think about. But machine is great if you're trying to focus on one muscle, like it's really weak or you want it to look really good.
That's what I always say to you, like
They're
isolation
used for
on
different
machines.
things,
Yeah,
for sure.
I think everyone, if they start their gym journey, should do like majority machines and then go into more free weights.
Doesn't really matter. Just work out.
Yeah, just
Honestly,
get the heart going.
yeah. Switch it back and forth each day. You know, I think just keeping things
Moving.
PX90 is long. Keep your muscles confused.
90.
Never. I know, right?
That brought back
so many.
What
memes.
was? So was it a gym, or it was like a commercial? What was PX90? I'm trying to remember.
It was a VHS.
Oh, so they just did. Well, that's what I'm thinking of. The videos. It was just the videos, the at-home workouts.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I obviously knew that the video. I didn't know what was the monopoly plan of making money off of it. It was just I thought they also had like gyms or like protein. Or,
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know, we did the PX90 before, but it's all about muscle confusion. And I tried it, and I think that's the fucking ticket. Fuck that video. The workouts are like retarded. Like retarded hard, some of them, especially the yoga one. I was like, but this is yoga? What the fuck?
Have you seen like the new style of those videos? It's like girls and guys that are doing like cycling videos, and they're just like, I wish I could pull it up. It's fucking funny as shit. They've brought like the PX90, like the cheesiness to it nowadays. It's and they're just like cycling. They're kind of doing, they're almost doing like
it's hypnotizing is what it is.
What would you say that?
Well, because when you work out, like the easiest way to work out, especially something like bicycling, is to not be conscious.
For sure.
Yeah, just like kind of like that one fucking Rick and Morty episode where they have night people. They make themselves fucking work out and learn shit at night. So in the daytime, they know all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you can, that's the trick to a lot of working out.
It's a trick to life.
Yeah. I call that meditation, honestly.
You think that's a form of meditation?
I think it's definitely a form of meditation.
Interesting.
To be forming an action well while not having to focus on it. You know, it's mastery too. And I think that you find meditation in mastery. That's why masters just get better, because they're doing that masterful thing. And it's a flow state, like you said, which is a form of meditation.
I'm gonna grab another beer. Do you want one?
Yes, I kept thinking that, but it was so good.
It's good.
We'll
be right back. And we're back. So you think that meditation can also just be from a different place compared to sitting in a room and being in a quote unquote meditative state?
Yeah, I was telling you, I met this girl on Hinge. And I'm not really attracted to her looks wise, but you know, when this happens often too, I'll share enlightening things and they'll, parrot me. But it seems like she understood too. She's like, when do you meditate? I'm like, I meditate all the time. She's like, me too. Just in the car, you could be watching TV. It's just wherever you can kind of shut your brain off. And I think that, they say men are better at shutting their brain off, thinking nothing. Maybe that's another difference between us and women.
Well, it's definitely something about we have to shut our brains off because, men are way more highly... the averages of a man dying from a heart attack are way higher, that we men...
Could be a lot of factors.
True, but I think a lot of it is like go, 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 grind, 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 provide. Goals,
successful
aspirations.
men can't just think at a low level.
Of course, that's what I'm saying, though, that then with that comes with shutting off your brain more.
Being a protector means that you have to be able to kick your mind into hyper-focus mode whenever, at any time. And so you have to constantly practice that to be a protector.
Do you think when you go in those meditative states, you're turning off one part of your brain to enlighten another? Or do you feel like your whole brain is completely shutting off and you're feeling a more euphoric feeling?
Well, turning off one part of your brain to focus on another is called focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the meditation is everything shuts off. Or maybe there's an idea you have and you focus just on that. You go, something about this thing that I saw or heard has sparked some sort of divinity in me. And you focus on that, open your mind up, and let the universe tell you all the history and details about it. You can do that with people too. You can talk to somebody and you can see inside their soul because they are you. You are them.
We're all connected.
We're all the same. You and me are just the same person having different experiences.
I like that.
Mm.
What was your first meditative experience? Like bring me back to what's the earliest memory of you meditating or getting into that meditative state?
No, my brain doesn't work like that. Hate to answer that so quickly, but first times. I don't care about first times. I care about
Today.
I care about what I've learned.
Okay.
And appreciating who I am. But first time I've ever like maybe sat down and tried to, I do remember there was I watched another fucking Instagram video. The place is great. It really is. There's some wild information on there, and I wouldn't say that believe all of it, but hey, if it speaks to you, try it. Maybe it works for you. I tried the whole
You're hitting something doing that. It's definitely a frequency aspect. You know something I have tried recently? You see that little circuit board right here behind the camera?
little Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a frequency board. So it
no
emits,
way.
it has rings on it that
The
emit.
$15 one off Amazon?
I think it's a little bit more. It has
$30?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
I was about to buy one of those. I was, and it's, I don't know. They did some research and they said that one's doesn't do the job or something. But
So-
I'm very curious to see it.
There is something about people say on how how the frequency is being emitted. It has to be plugged in to turn on.
Gay.
But
528.
there's a lot of different that's a big thing right now is like, so we were talking about binary beats, right? But then people are like, the headphones that you get to reach these different frequencies don't really matter because they're not able to reach those higher frequencies on commercial grade headphones. So people are buying higher concentrated headphones. But to emit frequency, I mean, no matter how cheap the machine is, I mean, I have a little one for the car key remotes. You can pick frequencies very easy. I don't think a higher board will admit. I think it's how the speaker on it is emitting it that might be higher quality or not.
I think power has a factor because, like you said, even with the keys, we're constantly being bombarded by frequencies. I think a lot of times that these machines, it's not so much that it sends out the right frequency, it's that frequency pushes away other frequencies, maybe.
Really? It like neutralizes the air almost. Interesting.
And so you need a certain amount of power to push them away. I'm not saying that a low one doesn't do some sort of help, but if you want to really experience it, they're like $200-300, I think.
But we're not, the frequencies that we're prone to aren't too high on our day-to-day lives.
How do you know?
Okay, well, I know how frequencies work, right? So they're emitted from boards usually. I mean, they could be sound blasting us from chemtrails, from
cellular.
True, 100%.
That never goes away. It's always around. That's why when we went camping, it felt so great.
Yeah.
Had no reception, got away from all that shit. It was rejuvenating, and good Lord, people that don't do that at least once a year, wild. It's just so simple.
My body's been craving it. It literally craves it now. It's like a drug. It's like, this is not good for you. That is good for you.
Mm-hmm. And your body speaks.
And it's something too
truth.
about like, you know, even once a year of like your body being like, please, I know work, I know life, this and that, but get the fuck out of here and go do that for yourself.
I've found that very vividly in hunting. I can recall memories of sitting in the field with my dog in some grass that's probably 2 feet high, swaying in the wind as the sun rises and the heat comes up, and it's just silence. And it's so healing. And then you finish off with
But it's something about being in tune to then do that. Have you ever hunted for sport?
yeah, only hunt. Oh, you mean like don't eat it?
Yeah.
No, you if you're gonna hunt something, you're gonna make use of it. That's a waste.
Yeah.
That's called poaching. Okay, that's not allowed.
I definitely was always confused because I was like, why do people not like why do people care if animals are hunted, right? Because we've done it for so long, and it was such a broad aspect to me. And then I met somebody from the East Coast, big East Coast thing, that would just go hunt birds and just leave them. And I'm like, okay, I kind of see it. It's fucked up. Like, that's like...
It's murdering.
It's you're literally murdering. Like, that's... I understand that maybe not to the extent of animal activists, but... Because I always, like, I don't get it. But I was like, okay, now I kind of understand. Like, if you're doing it just for sport, it's fucked up. It's murder, yeah.
But it's kind of how it starts, to be honest. You know, it's a game. It's a competition with yourself and others. And, you know, some people have the realization, some people don't. It was my early 20s. I met some people with some different ideas that talked about, you know, whether it was right or not. And I sat down and I asked myself the tough question. I asked myself, is it right to take another life? And if it is, for what reasons? And I decided to set boundaries with myself that if I'm going to take an animal's life, that's going to be valuable food that I can't get from the grocery store. It's going to be natural food, and I'm going to use it in that way, and I'm going to share that with other people. The experience isn't about killing anymore. The experience is a more beautiful thing. It's an activity in a way with your dog, with your friends. And so even the way, if the birds don't die immediately, I've tried to, you know, let them pass as beautifully as possible.
So you don't come in for intervention in that?
What do you mean?
Like if it like nicked it or something?
Oh, it happens. It happens.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3 times sometimes.
Yeah.
It's called winging it. And so you'll hit the wing where it can run still. Mm-hmm. The dog has a lot of fun with that. But it's still alive. The dog will bring it back because it's a gentle mouth, and it'll still be breathing, looking around, very scared. And so the way I grew up was my parents would grab the head. The head would be completely in the hand in the dark. And then they just start swinging the body in a circle. And the neck is so weak, the body would fly off.
Yeah.
And then you have this headless, you know, dove. And I just thought to myself, like, if I was in the dove situation, you know, I was going to die, and I wanted my death to be quick, would I want to be trapped in darkness and have my body separated from my head? And I thought, I don't think I would. I think that almost any way is better than that.
Spineless death. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. And so the best strategy I've had is to, you know, pet the bird, tell it sweet things, and just close its airway while I can still look outside in nature and see the sun. It's a beautiful experience. You know, now instead of just killing in sport, it's like a connection to the universe.
Mm. Slowing down and understanding you wouldn't want that done to yourself.
Oh, yeah, there may be a bunch of other birds, even bigger and juicier, that fly by, but yeah. I'm taking care of this one right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a lot there, or what is... Do you see a lot of them, or you kind of have to, like, slow down and
changes season to season? Some seasons, they just never stop flying, and they're in big swarms. And other seasons, I'm fucking running across the field in 120-degree weather. Typically, I take off most of my gear. I just have a few bullets in my gun, and I'm just chasing them down.
And are they like prairie up in the like small grass? Or are they on trees?
They have marker points, telephone poles, palm trees, bushes, pretty much anything that's kind of different. They use them as marker points, and they fly over those. And so you can just sit there in a chair, and as long as you don't move, you don't have reflection from your hair. Learned that about halfway through hunting. You know, the reflection from my dad and my black hair they'd see that and scare them away.
Interesting.
So as long as we wear hats, they fly right into your fucking face. Wow. It's crazy, yeah.
And it's the black hair, or is it the shimmer off the
shimmer?
Interesting.
Yeah, any kind of color difference, everything needs to look the same. Sometimes they even use you as a marker. They're like, oh, I think that's the marker that other bird was talking about. But it's more like an attraction. It's a magnetism to bring the birds in.
So you don't do any type of calls?
For dove, no.
No.
Maybe some people do. We can use decoys. Those seem to help because they'll fly right into that. But I don't like that. I think the hunting isn't about setting up traps and things. I think it's about getting your dog, getting a few bullets, not planning on missing a lot, and just fucking roaming around the wilderness and letting the universe bring to you the food that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I like.
When you were talking about like training animals before and all that aspect, when you trained like your dogs and stuff, was a lot of just you had a dog and that new puppy just literally mimicked that dog, or was it a lot of like start from scratch?
Every dog was from scratch.
How do you even?
Zero
I
influence.
can't like I understand it, but where do you even start with something like that? I can't even think
It's
of
a
it.
skill that you build of never letting anything slide. You're constantly watching them when they're a puppy. Every mistake they make is a no. Everything they do good is a good girl.
Zero error for
Zero. Yeah, you don't let them live any other
no margin for
reality.
error,
Yeah. And that's why spending a lot of time with your dogs, especially with puppies, is so important and crucial to having a good dog. But no, our dogs, they will walk, and if I stop, they stop and don't move a muscle because they want that bird so badly. And that's what I realized about dogs. If you have a dog and you don't go hunting, you are robbing that dog of the thing it was born to do. After my whole little Buddhist enlightenment questioning, taking life serious, time, the joy, I no longer found joy in killing things. I had to find another joy. Nature, of course, but watching the dog just be in its natural habitat, doing what it was born to do. Oh my fucking God, there's no better feeling in life.
I've never been hunting before. That seems crazy to witness.
Yeah, now I'm trying to do a cat.
That would be insane. That would be crazy to do. I mean, it's honestly, I think cats would be way better than dogs. I mean, I guess if we're talking like genetics, that's a different thing, but just seeing a cat move compared to a dog, I think the only thing that it would be a lot harder would maybe be like mountain lions, because mountain lions are scared shit. Have you seen those mountain lion videos? They get a little beagle fucking run a mountain lion up a fucking tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The little pussies.
They are pussies to dogs. Mountain lions, nothing. They like little dogs, tiny little fucking beagles will go in and run them up into the tree.
Well, it's because they never had a father.
Okay, that makes sense. The mountain lion let him
okay.
go. Crazy other topic about mountain lions, completely random. I don't know if you've been up the 101 recently, but up the 101, there's this one huge bridge that they've spent like $200 million for. Has to be fraud, because they spent $200 million just to save like 2 or 3 mountain lions to go over the 101, like past, and it's not even finished yet.
Yeah. That's normal.
It's California for you.
That's the problem with environmental stuff, is I love protecting the environment, but it's so fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
Every little thing is an excuse to spend way too much money. Like, environmentalism needs to be privatized. Government needs to go, we need this bridge done. Who's the lowest bidder?
Yeah.
Boom. Done. We just save a bunch of money.
But they do that with the government too. It's contracts. It's the same shit.
I mean, but there should be honest contract bidding,
yeah, for sure.
Not the nepotistic stuff.
No, it's a lot of
Don't worry, Gavin's fucking caught, dude. He's done.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's
I haven't been following him. What did he get caught up for?
embezzlement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we all knew he was giving contracts to certain people for kickbacks. All the dirty politicians do.
Yeah.
The thing is, the kickbacks are so small. They're like 10 to 100,000. And the company's making they're profiting millions off
dollars,
this. And I'm like, that's all you're fucking getting is a $100,000 donation to your campaign? Are you serious? I don't know. Maybe that's a lot, but I don't think that's a lot for the trade, for trading your soul. So little.
Well, I think it's a long game thing. They probably get some that's public, some that's not, because there's only so much you can put public and
Gold
some
bars
not.
and shit. Yeah, of
You
course.
can get a lot of different stuff.
They're not dumb.
Yeah,
They can't be that. I mean, some are dumb. Some are some reason they're dumb. But the ones in power a long time, they know how to sneak it by.
What's sad about politics now is I was following the Florida governor campaign. It was Fishback was a huge kind of all over online. I saw a lot of people talking about it. My friends in Florida talking about it, and it was so funny to say. Yesterday it just finished, and he has like a couple million Instagram follow, or maybe like 500,000 or something, 500,000 to 1 million, I think, Instagram followers. And you kind of hear the community talk, and I would get pictures in Florida, see his signs everywhere, and some like random guy got just as much votes as him, and everyone's like, it's corrupt. It's so sad in the government. A lot of corruption, a lot of kickbacks for campaigns.
Just the whole voter ID thing, you know?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like people not needing their IDs, or?
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, this is every dirty trick in the book. Trump is fucking, you know, going through the mud to clean that stuff up. And it's quicker than any of us expected, but slower than he wants, which is just the sweet spot. And that's the whole debate right now, and the whole politics is the voter ID.
Yeah,
it's one of the big ones.
What do you think about it?
If I need a light, it's the same fucking shit they always say on every post. If I need a fucking ID to go buy alcohol, rent a car, go on an airplane, I feel like voting is kind of important.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Are they downplaying voting where it's like not sacred anymore? Like, it's the most sacred thing possible. It's our decisions for our country, and we shouldn't be influenced by outside countries for any fucking reason.
I agree. And especially too, you can vouch for people for voting, which is scary.
Tell me more about that.
So like somebody comes in and you're like, hey, I'm vouching for me and 7 other people.
Oh, as part of the scam thing.
Yeah.
No, you don't even need to vouch.
But I'm saying you can vouch for more votes. Like you can walk in and be like, "Hey, I'm vouching for A, B, and C." They
I did not know that. I don't. I'll have to fact check that. That sounds whack,
true.
but
it's true.
But
I watched a guy that
did
a kind of got you doc to try to get the people. He walked in. He said, "Hey," he went in a hijab, and he was a male, and he walked in. And he was like, "Hey, 7 people couldn't make it in today. People in my cohort." Guy? Yeah, I think I forgot his name, but yeah, some white guy walked in with a hijab.
Great.
He went in there and he was like, yeah, 7 people aren't here. He's like, they're like, okay, you're good. Yeah, just vouch for him. I don't know how. I didn't see much of the video after. I don't know what it worked on, what they needed for names, and if they had to come in after. I don't know, but he said he's vouching.
And see, that's the whole flat Earth idea is that you can portray anything in a certain way, but if you're a scientist, engineer, you look at things with variables. You go, well, there could have been things after that could have completely changed the meaning of that. And so if someone doesn't show me start to finish, fucking no cuts, all the things I need to see, I don't believe it. I go, okay, maybe that could be happening, but in no way am I ever going to commit to it or say that's my opinion.
Yeah. I
would have to see. And even if they did do a full everything I wanted, it would still be. I'd have to see it for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the. I think what that's called, integrity or something. You know, where you don't sway your principles because it benefits you. You keep your principles because that's keeping them as the biggest benefit you'll ever have to yourself.
I agree. It's hard. A lot of people do not do it when nobody's looking. You know, people will change for a buck or two or do something scary for it.
Well, because it's guaranteed getting ahead in life.
Yeah.
You guarantee to get ahead in life in that moment. Regardless of consequences or soul destroying things, you guarantee to get ahead of time. And so it's short thinking people. You know, if they just tried it. It took me a while to try it, to be honest. You know, I was that way too. I think we're all that way. Like, this is the easy way. But I'm one of those people who's like, all right, cool, everyone does it this way, but like, what about the opposite? No one's talking about the opposite. How the fuck do I know if this is a good way if I've never done the other side of the spectrum? And so I go, let me fucking try that. I don't know, a week or two, right? God, 99.99 to infinity times. It's so much better.
Yeah, to challenge it.
Well, it's almost like the easy way is the worst way. It's almost like they brainwash us and they're working way more hard just to distract us so we can't see what's going on. I don't know. It's crazy, right?
Almost like it.
Almost like it. Yeah, it's almost like it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the opposite.
I think they've like vouched on our brain. Not vouched, but they've tapped into our brains to play that, right? Because I think your brain automatically does that thing we were talking about earlier of doing the easy way out. You see at Disneyland, for example, they have all these paved paths, but they have all these paths that people have made for a quicker outcome. You know, I think our brains are naturally problem solvers to try to cut out bullshit, and now we've just monopolized on that and then made it horrible and disgusting, and not when you're working out an intense problem and then your brain's like, wait, hold on, just switch that, and you just made it 15% more efficient or whatever it might be. It's scary to think that. I agree though completely.
What people don't understand, and I don't fully understand this, but this is the theory I've been operating off for a while, is that our consciousness, our soul, is the divinity of God, whatever you want to call it, the universe, everything's everything. But then we have our brains, and they're two completely different things. Our brains is a robot, an AI programmed to follow patterns to make sure that we survive and we don't die. Its number one goal is to survive. And in that moment too. But that's what makes us magical, is we have this divinity consciousness that allows us to think, okay, well, that's what my brain survival skill says, but if I think about it bigger in a bigger picture, if I don't do that, it'll benefit me more in the future. And everyone thinks that their survival thoughts is who they are, and it's not.
No, it's the other way around.
It typically clashes with who you want to be.
Yeah,
and so your brain is something you literally, it's just like AI. You fucking tell it what to do. The thing is, instead of typing it in, you cast spells. You say magic spells. Like, if you fuck up, you apologize, and you just go, oh, I'm sorry for that thing. You'd be very specific. Like, I feel terrible that I was late for the appointment I promised I'd be at, and I didn't tell you ahead of time or before that I was going to be late. I just, didn't do anything, which is doing nothing is definitely something.
Do you think there's a difference between that and also like talking to God, or do you think it's like both? Like one goes with the other?
Oh, okay.
Because like communicating to God and then
still
communicating to
operating
yourself.
off the idea that there is a God, that there is a separate thing to talk to. God is everything.
I was just asking if you thought if it was like two separate or not.
When you talk to yourself, you're talking to God, but you have to talk to the God in yourself, not the brain in yourself, not the thing that's programmed to survive. The thing that guides you, they've proven you have a bigger brain in your stomach than your head.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But and then that takes me to the next point, is like a lot of people don't understand listening to their gut feeling. I didn't for a long time. It takes practice. And my interpretation of it is that your gut speaks to you all the time. Unless you block it out with fluoride or heavy metals or whatever. It's shit, parasites, I don't know. It talks to you all the time, but it speaks a foreign language you've never heard of before, and so you have to learn the language of your gut, of your inner voice, and you have to do it through trial and error, trial by fire. You got to go, okay, I think it's saying this, and go do it and see how it turns out, and be unbiased. And again, the unbiased thing's super important. I think this is one wasn't on the pod, but one of the best skills you can have is to look at a situation with no biases, which means looking at all of your biases and ruling them out. You have to be conscious of all your biases, name them as biases, put them to the side, or factor them in different percentages.
Something I've seen in my life is to try to understand those biases. I think for a long time, I fully trusted into everything that was said in the media, with a little bit of research that I should have done. But I thought that the backing of like the World Health Organization or A, B, and C scientists would have no bias. I'm like, you guys are just trying to help us, right? It's like these bias that I had in my brains. And I think that's such a big thing, is to get rid of all of those. Because I think a big part of my journey in my life has been, how do we teeter off some of those? Am I being biased here, or am I not being biased here? And I think, like you said, a lot of people get caught up in,
they don't know the difference.
They literally can't even understand it because it's so ingrained into their body that.
Well, they're not engineers. They're not scientists. They never learned that important thing in school.
Yeah.
of looking at a problem that's outside of you and thinking of all the ways that it could go wrong.
Well, I mean, we all learned, what was that we learned in school young? It was like the science,
The hypothetical theorem or something.
no, like the super basic one, like the scientific theory.
Hypothesis.
Yes.
Yeah, scientific theory.
Yeah, scientific theory,
yeah.
where it's like, take
You have
a,
hypothesis, proof, and conclusion.
yeah.
No, but that's all you need, though.
Yeah, and pull it bare bones to A, B, and C. You know, take everything else out.
No, that's the problem, though, is that they teach us to make it bare bones, and there is a bare bones for everything. There's not. A lot of things in life, there's so many variables that could change the outcome. We try to go, oh, well, I didn't think of it, or I'm trying to make it simple, and that's not how the equation works. It's just not.
So you're saying more things need to be accounted for?
It's like if you have a car that you like to take turns with, you would think the wider the tires, the more the grip, the faster you could go. That's not how it works, though. If you really look at the dynamics of the tires and the shape and how it makes contact, and once you go too wide, you actually get less grip.
I didn't even know that.
I just learned this.
That's crazy.
But having done so many experiments and seen things like this through my engineering and science and different experiences, it makes sense. I haven't proved it, but I can see that is a possibility, and that's how I look at it. I don't go, oh, okay, they said it, so it has to be that. No, God, everything's different. The rubber compound, the tread, the setup of the car. There's so many variables. Like, you could get a sweet spot where you get giant tires, your suspension's just right, the rubber's just right. We actually do get more grip. But there's so many variables. It's trial and error.
And it's hard too, because I mean, I remember as first or second grade, they called me the question boy. That was like my nickname. And it was
because you just said why all the time. Why?
Really?
There's two question boards, right? There's
really?
detailed question boards and why question boards.
That's funny you said that, because I never thought about it. No, I was the fucking good kind. I was the questioning of reiterating, of trying to understand it, and also the questioning of what if we came at it at a different angle. I was not the person you watch a movie with and was like, so they just went on that plane. Like, I just watched Interstellar with somebody, and they were like, they went on there.
You essentially teacher, what if Hitler was a good person?
It was that, and it was also reiteration of like, to fully understand in kind of a different way of like, you just explained it to me one way. I'm going to take the jamble that you gave me, and like, I'm going to say my either analogy or the aspect that I view it in. So I think it was both. It was challenging, and it was also
you're giving me these amount of variables as facts, but you're not considering these the other
ones. Side.
So what about these? What if we add those in?
Yeah.
No, that's the scientific mind. That's why we get along. That's why we can actually have fulfilling conversations.
Yeah. Did you always feel that, like, when you were a kid too?
Well, mine, I don't know if it's true or not. I've seen some different people talk about similar situations, and I think that it partially comes from trauma too.
Yeah,
it comes from having a father with high expectations, and learning to meet those or give up. But give up was never an option. He did a good job of making sure of that, and it makes me think that, like, fuck, maybe I should be not the best father ever. Maybe I should give my kid challenges so that way they have motivating trauma. Like, I should be smart enough to pick the traumas I give them. Not just give them this safe fucking life where they never have to do shit. Like, no, let's fucking throw them in the fire all the time. But let's not just do it because of my own traumas. Let's use my traumas to cater to my children the traumas I want them to have, so I can guide them through it properly and build that confidence.
You have, you have to. There's not really, the other choice of being babied all the time is super hard to not be. To be, this fucking term, to be spoiled rotten, right? I mean, it's
spoiled
real.
Rotten.
He's fucking spoiled rotten.
Spoiled rotten.
It damn spoiled fucking rotten. I mean, it's true. It's the same, like. People become rotten. I think there's a lot of people that become rotten and don't get.
Yeah, I never thought about using
life.
that word as describing them in that way. That makes sense.
It's fucking rotten. I mean, it's rotten to
from
be
the
like
inside
that.
out.
It literally is.
It is, and it's a pity.
Yeah.
And I mean, God, I meet people like that all the time.
Same, 100%.
Like, where did this fucking mindset come from that if you make your child's life as easy as possible, they'll be strong?
Yeah. I didn't ever come from a shit ton of money. But I did catch myself feeling that it took me in later years that I could have gotten rotten because I think I grew up in a household of...
Bro, you got kidnapped. You were definitely rotten at some point.
I definitely was rotten. There's that aspect, but I think in the way of like adversity of... I had a lot of emotional adversity. I would go out and I would, do my thing. And,
Everyone has emotion. It's called teenager.
Yes, but I think there's a difference with being there. There's the emotional adversity, but I think a lot of other people go through like world adversity where things aren't challenging towards you. Yes, you talk to a girl, you're awkward, it's weird. That's something, but something you were talking about of going through hardship will in your actual life to come to you is a lot different than something you're projecting out. I think those are two different things. Because like we're talking about before, there's that aspect of like, okay, people are looking at me in my day-to-day life constantly, right? That's coming from within. That's something emotional from within. Now, if like your parents are struggling to pay the bills, that's the world and the universe coming at you. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I know a lot of things are connected, but I feel like those are two different kind of paths coming that way. So the spoiled rotten is very much so like you don't get a lot of that world
pressure,
adversity, pressure, whatever it might be. It's a lot more of like, yes, what everybody else has is the interior, but the world is what I think emotional helps you. If you can get through emotions and you can do it, but we all do that. What a lot of people don't do is let the world kind of let the universe, like you said, you always bring up an example of the universe knows all the answers. Let the universe take you on that path. Because yes, like you said, we feel things, we go through things. A girl dumps you, you're awkward about. I mean, the first time I ever had sex, I was like, what? No matter how much research I did, I was scared as shit, like coming into it, like things that come in from with us. But I think there's also worldly things that.
The fuck, you scared to have sex?
I was scared as shit.
The fuck?
I was scared. I was hyped.
Bro,
I was excited.
I was just like, don't get pregnant. Like, don't get someone
That's
pregnant.
a huge
my first
aspect
fucking
of
time.
it. That was a huge aspect.
Other than that.
No, it was fun, a great time, but I think a big aspect was like, I think it was anything. I think it was just fear. I don't know what sex ed was like for you, but sex ed for me was atrocious. They just fear mongled the shit out of us.
Oh, interesting.
They gave us.
It was like a half of a class with like a fucking slideshow, and I was like, they're like, all right, cool. Now you know about sex. Go out there and be safe.
They showed me herpes. They showed me HIV. They showed me all the different pills that you would take for it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely that. Yeah,
they handed us a sheet. I remember the sheet.
I think that's a great thing though. Like, if I didn't know about HIV and all these different STDs, I would have definitely probably had one by now. I'm surprised I don't by now, to be honest. Yeah. But like I've been taking just the extra step to be careful, asking a few extra questions, and so far so good.
Do you check the test? Do you want them to like come with the test prepared?
I love that, but it's so far and few in between.
Yeah, for sure.
I found a different strategy.
Oh, okay.
Which is you do.
Are you itching?
Okay, so that's strategy 2.
Okay.
And that's a little different. It's a sniff test. That's a second strategy.
You're looking for bread. You're like, is there fucking yeast? Is there?
Hey, I've smelled a lot. If it smells not like the other ones that I smelled, then like maybe I should ask a few more questions, Like, ooh.
Is that you got Lucky Charms in there?
Yeah.
little bread for mother's supper.
But it's so easy. Well, okay, you have to be able to like lie detect and things like that, which is a hard skill. People think it's hard. It's not. It's extremely easy to get. Like, I got it from a TV show and a book. Book didn't really help that much. Book great to start off on. It's called Spy the Lie. But you'd ask them about their history. You talk to them about their exes, and you'd talk to them about like why it didn't work, blah blah blah. Like, that's a very important question. If they're like, oh yeah, he was just banging like 14 other girls, then you're like, okay, and did he bang you afterwards? She's like, yeah, for like years. Then you're like, all right, well maybe that might be a red flag
for sure.
But if they're like, they're like, oh, very innocent. The guys they date are also pretty innocent, maybe retarded nerdy or something. You got a pretty good chance. It smells good. They have good hygiene.
The smells good as
Dude, the smell. Okay, so you're right. Smells number one. Smells number one. You got to develop your nose. You can have a nose like a dog or a cat. You just got to believe it.
You know what's also interesting to me about chicks? Like getting wet. Like sometimes I've met chicks that like no matter what it is down there, it's instant like waterworks. And then some chicks I've
has a lot to
seen
do with
it.
age too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've never seen it with age before. I've seen it with just
I don't know. I've never known someone long enough in that kind of way to actually say that, but I've noticed that the older girls that I date, and that could just be a mental trauma thing too.
I think but
when you're young and you have hormones and shit, like you don't know how to control it yet.
Yeah.
When you get older, you learn how to control it. Like you we all had boners in class. We didn't want a boner at that time at all. There was no reason to. If you had a hot teacher, I get it. But like you're thinking of a girl in your class, I get it. But we've all just had like, oh, this is a good math. What the fuck?
What, you just like stop mid fucking sentence? Like,
yeah, I'm assuming girls have at least a few of those too, where they're just in class and they fucking just get wet sometimes.
Yeah. Because it's interesting to me. I've seen that sometimes it's like it takes Noah's Ark to push it over the sea, and sometimes it's just instant.
Oh, that's trauma.
Really?
Oh yeah, and insecurity. Like I've deep diving. A deep diving and a diving. Oh, thank God. Yeah, no, I literally get into the mud with these girls about it. I have this amazing ability to get people to tell me whatever the fuck I want to know without even asking sometimes.
Yeah.
And like I've had them open up in ways where they'd never done it before. And to put it simply, they feel like they got to pee and they think they shouldn't feel that way. And I'm like, no, just pee. It's not a pee. It just you don't know any other feeling. Yeah, it's always that. Stop, come, I'm gonna pee. It's like, no, that's the good part. Yeah. Don't hold that back. That's when you really have a amazing
I remember
time.
like a couple when I was younger. There was a couple push-offs. Like, hey, I'm kind of like, what is this? She's like, I have to pee right now, and I'm like, honey, that's not pee, sweetheart. There's a water show coming. Waterworld's coming to town.
It doesn't help. I've tried all the things. We got to tell them. You got to go, baby. I just peed in the bed 20 minutes ago.
You're gonna tell them that you fucking peed. That's the work all. Yeah, I just peed the fucking bed. Just kidding. I just peed. I mean, whatever. I can see you say that.
I pee in the bed all the time.
You move the pillow like from where you sleep, and you're like, that's my little.
Your pee is gonna be like a fraction of a percent of the pee that's in here already. Okay, don't you worry.
A little bit of asparagus in the air, because that was me about 15-20 minutes ago.
Does that last? I've never experimented with that. Like if you pissed in a bottle with asparagus and you came back like a week later, would it still smell strongly like asparagus?
For sure.
I feel like it would too, but
because I think asparagus is one of those ones where it seeps into like the pee. I don't think it's an instant chemical that just evaporates. I'm thinking that seems that
it's totally an assumption based off no scientific background.
I'll pee in a bottle right now. We'll get some asparagus and pee in a bottle later.
Bro, I did a fucking diarrhea celery cleanse with the last girl I was dating. Okay, like we looked at each other's poop. All right, like I did nothing fucking bother. You blend up an entire stalk of celery and you chug that shit, and about hour and a half later, everything comes out.
Wow,
it's just like maximum fiber. And you're supposed to be able to tell if you have parasites. You should see some dead ones or something in there. If you see a few dead ones, then you know to do the cleanse. Yeah. Oh, we had fucking Chinese hot pot the night before, so you just a bunch of red peppers. Like there was too many. I was like, I need to chew more. What the fuck?
It's a full red pepper.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did chew them in quarters sometimes, but like I was just like, maybe I don't eat red peppers. That doesn't seem to digest well.
Do you love spice in food?
I used to love it in everything, but now I think only in some things.
Okay.
But I believe spice as a health benefit is far more important than flavor. Spice, you can use spice to wake you up. You know, it's like sometimes I don't want to drink coffee or tea in the morning, but I need a little kick me up. Fucking cayenne pepper, some hot water, you know, lemon, olive oil, whatever. But that cayenne pepper, dude, it gets in your cells and gets them vibrating, gets them waking up. Yeah. And I think spicy is something that's great if used right, but a lot of times they use it wrong. And, you know, in a lot of places they use spicy to cover up old, rotting, bad food. And so you got to be careful when you eat spice. Not just because it's spicy means it's healthy, it could be less healthy. Spicy tuna. That's the tuna that's not going to taste good if they make a California or whatever tuna roll. So they chop it up, add spice, covers up the stinky. Is it bad for you? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's fermented. It's good for you. Who knows? But that's typically why they do it a lot.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm about to be scared to go to my next sushi place now and be like, can I see the tuna before you mix it all together? It usually is like a lighter pink too, I think. And that means that it's more raw in. I
don't know for sure. I've never worked in a sushi restaurant, so don't take my word for it. It could be certain
makes sense,
cuts
like lower
of the tuna, more lean cuts, you know, like, but that it depends on where you go.
Yeah.
You know, when you go out to eat, it's so important. 99% of places, they don't give a fuck as long as it tastes good.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. It's crazy.
What's your favorite local spot in like OC? Food spot? Any food. Just your go-to.
So for pizza, I have a couple places. I like to go. There's a organic place in Huntington by Main Street. Real life Italian guy, super thick Italian accent, great pizza. But personally, I don't like my pizza so flavorful that it almost takes away from the pizza effect. You know, there's a right amount of flavor for pizza. You know, like I like a Hawaiian with a good amount of bacon and shit on there. But one of my favorites I just had, it's been a couple of years, it's called Two Brothers. It's a Korean couple. And they make this amazing pizza. It's got the kind of chewy, almost like they put rice in there or something.
That would be crazy. Rice pizza.
Oh, they do?
Rice dough?
Yeah, the rice. I know this one guy at the farmer's market. He does 1/3 rice, 1/3 garbanzo bean, and 1/3 flour.
Wow.
And it's just at home, bake it yourself pizza. It comes out amazing every time.
That sounds really good.
But yeah, no, it's got to be crunchy on the outside, kind of chewy like mochi on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside.
I know you were craving pizza yesterday. You were like, bring that pizza over. Fuck it, let's go.
I love pizza. I'm a pizza guy.
You live in Long Beach.
There's Long
Beach, there's a Canadian place here. It's
called Canadian pizza. Yeah, I've been there.
That is the shit.
I don't know. I think I'm more of like, I like a lot of flavors on pizza. I like artisan pizza. They're more like old school cheese, pepperoni.
Because you're a basic bitch.
To call me a basic bitch is fucking insane because you're the guy that's like, let me add lemon zest to like you're a flavors guy. I'm surprised I'm surprised to even hear that.
I've gone a different
like you're like in the Ratatouille movie where they're like the little rat's like Ratatouille himself is like, here's the cheese and then here's the grape and he's like feeding the fat rat. It's like me at your house. Like I'm the fat rat and you're like, look at this.
Try it this way. Now try it this way.
Try it that way.
Now try it.
So I'm surprised you're just like, hey, I just want fucking like a cheese pizza.
But that's what I'm saying. Is everything
with
in moderation.
Like good bread. Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. But you're telling me you'd never go like artisan pizza. You don't want like, you're going cheese, pepperoni. You're not.
No, I'm saying I've tried like artisan Hawaiian pizza quite a few times. The Sugo's pretty artisan. The organic place is pretty artisan, and don't get me wrong, they're delicious. I love them, but it just doesn't hit
as much as like
it just doesn't hit.
Yeah,
fucking. I grew up on I probably grew up on Pizza Hut and shit, and I like, obviously don't touch that shit anymore. But like, I think I had pizza in some country that was like fucking legit, semolina, you know, local cheese, handmade sausage kind of shit, and like I'm on that
can't
now.
Go back, yeah.
And I love putting a lot of flavors. And lately, I've just been doing. I feel like that's cheating, dude. Life's all about like not cheating yourself, right? You could get the fucking mix or the pre-fucking seasoned shit and do it, and that's fine if you're healthy and that's better than eating out. But like, if you want to be a real cook, it's all about not cheating, getting the most simplest and purest of ingredients, and the less you use to make it amazing. I think that's when you become a real good cook. Because again, I can make anything taste good with my 27 fucking spices that just make everything amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Different combinations. But I got bored with
actually
that.
Getting like the quality compared to just throwing
Yeah.
something on there.
I'm bored with that. I want
If
to.
you get pre-seasoned fucking anything, red flag to me. I don't think there's anything fucking good. I don't care what the fuck it is. It's just that's something to me where it's like, don't cut the corner. Just maybe if like if you're getting like, I can't even think of, maybe like I'm thinking like maybe they get clams that I've seen before that have like lemon and like pepper. Like that's even pushing it for me. I can't think of anything that would get pre-seasoned from the store.
Yeah. Every once in a while, they have a really good deal on some like skirt steak that has the Mexican flavorings in there, and I don't use those a lot. And I know it's not good. I typically rinse it off before I cook it, even because it's way too fucking salty. But yeah, maybe once every 3 months I'll do that. Just lazy is a good deal.
I like skirt steak. I feel like it's the underrated steak, but it's decent.
A little chewy,
but
but honestly, if someone's learning how to cook, that is the perfect meat to grab and cook. It's quick, so you don't have to pre-season, do the whole fucking method that I do, which we could totally get into. You could season it 15 minutes, let it sit, fucking cook it real quick. It's chewy, but it's typically people that don't cook well are fucking fat and lazy, so they need to chew more to make their face not so fucking fat and chubby. You know, like, so it's good all around.
Tell me about the seasoning thing, because I know you've been on baking soda.
So I tried sprinkling it on first with the seasoning and pre-marinating it, and it did the job. I'm not saying it didn't do the job, but like I found to get the baking soda to really break down all the meat, you put a little baking soda and you cover that meat in water, and you really only need
compound,
the osmosis.
Yeah,
you put a little salt in there too. A little salt kind of seasons the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You got to figure out your own time with your size meat and things like that. You know, I think 15 minutes is plenty. I typically just forget about it, leave it for like a day. Don't use too much baking soda. You don't need a lot. Just a touch, a couple pinches. And dry that shit off, and then season it, and then let it sit a little longer. And that seasoning will just absorb right into the meat. The baking soda will be in there, already tenderized it.
Do you think that does it for all classes or quality of steak?
The worse quality, the better.
But I'm saying, would you do it on like a tomahawk that's pretty fatty and pretty solid, or was that more of like the lower grade kind of stuff?
It's not even the cut, it's how it's processed. See, what I find is when I soak it in baking soda with osmosis, is the clear water I originally put in turns a super dark red. And we all know that blood does not stay red for more than like a day, maybe less. And so what I'm really doing with the baking soda and the soaking is I'm pulling all the fucking nitrogen and dyes and shit out of the meat. When it's done, it's brown. If there's a little tiny part of the meat that just sits above the water, still red and pink, everything else is brown. Water is super red. Like, ever since I started doing that, I will not eat meat.
And that's rinsing it you're talking about.
With baking soda.
Yeah.
The baking soda. So what baking soda does is it
what do you mean a part stays pink? Like like you put it in a bowl of water, or are you like in
Tupperware.
The sink? Okay, so you put it in a Tupperware with water after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you try to pack it in there. You fill it with water and baking soda. Get a little mix. But
that's the marinade. It's not just pure. Okay.
No, it's just pure baking soda.
Got it.
That's the marinade number 1. That's a setup.
Okay. And then the water comes in.
Which I find is a lot easier for me, too, because, like, to cut open the steak and set it down and season both sides with the 5 different seasonings and then store it, that's a little too much work for me. You know, like, I like to come home from the store, just cut it up and right there, throw it all in a fucking Tupperware, baking soda, water, done. Now it's processed. I can start to season it whenever I want. Super easy. Doesn't rot in the plastic. But really, it's about pulling out the dyes. You know, I keep seeing these videos. I kept being lazy about it, being like, whatever, like, I'm just going to eat it. It looks good. And I tried this shit, and I was like, wow, there was a lot of red dye in this.
Wow.
A lot of red dye. It's crazy.
Scary.
It scares me. It scares me that I used to eat without this. Even the way that I'm eating now is still fucking below my standard.
They're doing a lot of research I've seen with food that, you know, it's similar to like the only like for chicken, for example. If it's air chilled, which means it hasn't been like frozen, and then
it means it hasn't been soaked in chlorine. That's what air chilled means.
Is it? It's just chlorine, or it's also storage? I thought it was storage too. Anyways,
air chilling kills the bacteria through
compared to chlorine.
Yeah. So if you don't get air chilled, it's 99% guaranteed to be full of chlorine. Yes.
It's like what they're doing with that is like they use like the sneaky words like air chill, like they're trying to do all that, and now they're doing that with like 3D printed food too, because that's about to hit the market heavy.
Yeah, BioMeat or something. No, it's already in Sprouts. Sprouts sells meatballs. Yeah. The thing is, you're not gonna really get a steak that looks like a steak. Like you'll be able to tell. Just don't buy any fucking mashed meat already.
Yeah.
Like I don't even buy ground meat anymore either, because there's no way to pull the blood out. I would have to soak little pieces of ground meat in water and baking soda and then squeeze out the water. Weird. I'd rather just get a fucking steak. Like I know it's a real piece of meat.
Yeah.
I know it's not mixed with other shit.
No fillers, no nothing.
So I don't give a fuck if the ground beef is on sale. Like I'm getting a fucking real piece of meat.
Interesting. I gotta go more to that because I definitely go ground beef a lot.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy, but no way to clean it.
Yeah.
No way to know what's in there.
And it definitely has fillers. I mean, as you see when you get ground beef, it's 80-20, 90-10, 70-30.
Well, that's just different cuts at different parts. But like, you think they're cutting up the good meat? No, they're cutting up the nasty meat.
Well, I think they probably add fillers in. I don't think they're just grinding up.
No, that's fat content. Certain parts of the cow have
Interesting.
more fat. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
But on that point, the most fat possible. Always like prioritize the fat when you eat. I cannot put on a fucking single pound now. I keep losing weight because I keep eating more fat. It is the opposite of what they told us. Like I was saying before, everything you've been told,
it's probably the opposite.
Is the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Yep. You do the opposite of what they used to tell you. Not now. Now it's trying to clean shit up. They actually got the fucking
we get
red 40 and yellow something out of M&Ms and In-N-Out. They're using turmeric and beet juice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 American beet juice.
Turmeric for yellow, beet juice for red.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it's a law.
Wow.
RFJ he's been fucking fighting this last whole Trump administration to pass that.
Yeah, he's been on top of the health organization.
I think we could do a lot more, but he's in slow degrees. Anything is good.
Tell me, like, with the whole milk situation. Tell me what you think after about one day, because I feel like the same exact way about the milk. When did you start having raw milk? Because I just started dabbling with it. I know you've been talking to me about it for like a fucking year now.
It really hit home when I was in Australia, and we were at farmers markets, and we were buying milk from local farms, and like a third of it was fucking cream, and I'm just like. And the girl I was dating at the time, we just had this vibe. We're just both like, oh, I love creamy milk. And one of our hobbies, we go look for creamy milk. And then you start learning about it, like the nutrition benefits. Because like usually you don't fucking pasteurize your mama's titty milk before you drink it.
For sure.
You drink that shit right from the source, right?
Of course.
And so what the fuck's the points of pasteurizing? What's it doing? It's killing bad bacteria. Well, does that mean it's killing good bacteria? Because that's how antibiotics and chemo and shit like that work. And maybe that good bacteria is what you the reason you drink that milk for. And so you start looking around, you realize every fucking milk is pasteurized. Most of it ultra pasteurized, which means it's just white water. That's all it is. There's no nutrition in there whatsoever. So minimum, I just get regular pasteurized. If I just want like milk to keep, to mix with shit, to make stuff out of, no big deal. But to drink, yeah, the raw stuff's good.
Yeah, the raw stuff.
That's
can't
real
store
milk.
it, but
everything
it's
else
so
is not
good.
milk.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and
you have the raw stuff, and you're just like, what the fuck have I been drinking? Fucking dirty water have I been drinking my whole fucking life. Jesus.
It's crazy too, because in other countries like France, they do ultra processed milk where it's pasteurized at a higher temp for I think a lower amount of time. Compared to in the US, it's low temp for a longer period of time.
They do it everywhere.
Yeah.
You literally have to look on every brand milk bottle. Like now I know what the brands that do all that shit.
Well, I don't think you can. I mean, maybe they have a couple brands, but you really have to go to like health, more like Sprouts,
Says
stores.
it right on every bottle.
Yeah.
What kind of pasteurized it is. And so pasteurized means they heat it at 140 degrees for like a couple hours or 30 minutes or something. Anything more than pasteurized, everything in there's dead.
Yeah.
It's just 180 degrees at 15 minutes.
Just water at that point with a little.
It's cancer.
Yeah.
It's like when you burn meat. You kill the protein, you create carcinogens. I think it's the same with milk, personally.
Have you ever done a raw beef diet?
A raw beef diet? I've eaten raw beef in Japan and got sick off of it, even though it was really good quality. I don't know if it was it or not, but no. What the fuck?
My friend I used to do, he was a bodybuilder, and
I'm down to try that. That sounds fun
he'd
as
just
fuck.
go to the store, and when he was hungry, he's just like, all right, perfect. Open up the pack. Just the bulgogi at the store, just fucking...
No season? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had a couple...
yeah.
He had seasoning. He had... But it was like bulgogi, like... I think he got like bigger pieces and would just make like little beef sushi and just eat it raw. He slowly went into it. I think he took his body a couple weeks, maybe, nothing too crazy.
Well, I'm brainwashed that any meat that's not like super clean, super fresh Japanese quality is gonna make me sick.
Yeah. Well, beef is really hard to make you sick. Like, that's why we can have medium rare and all these different ones. Chicken is the one where apparently, from studies show, you can get sick if it's not fully cooked through most of the time.
Salmonella.
Yeah, but beef, for the most part, I mean, when you cook a steak, you're not cooking it, all the way through, aka...
It's not what I learned from the internet school authorities. They said the
Cook
beef
all
has
your
to go
food.
to 140 degrees to kill the bacteria that'll make you sick.
Yeah.
And I have never looked past that.
Yeah.
But I do agree that if you eat beef raw and it's not fresh or good quality, that I think that you would get sick. I don't know. In my mind, it needs to be fresh. It needs to be processed right. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If you leave it out, you put it next to other contaminants, like, that's the bacteria.
I've tried the raw beef thing a couple times. I didn't get too sick off it. My stomach hurt like a little bit, but nothing crazy. I tried some of his. It wasn't... I think definitely if I trained my body, I would have been more than fine.
That may be a big part of it too, is that we are so used to eating cooked meat that our bodies have no idea how to process it. I mean, they know, it just takes them a little while to remember. That's all,
When did you really start caring about diet? I know you always talked to me about diet and said something I wish I learned when I was younger.
Broke my arm. I was a gym rat. Shattered this arm ATVing. Decided that I don't want to get fat. It's always been a big fear of mine, is just being this big round ball just rolls around everywhere.
Well, weren't you a round ball when you were a kid?
I had titties, but I wasn't round.
You were like Diabito, where they like pushed you down the hill. Orale!
I don't know. I got tall. Whatever happened,
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do the same thing. Maybe I'll force feed my kid food too and make him fat as fuck, so he just grows tall as
adversity.
shit.
That's another adversity thing where it's like you gotta pull out of this.
Bro, being a fat kid and then getting skinny in college, there's no better way to do college. Dude,
That's the only way to do it.
You come in there and you're a brand new person. No one's ever seen you before. Even
Nobody
people that
knows
have known you forever.
Yeah, they're like, "What, that kid?"
They're just like, damn. And you look at yourself in the mirror, you're just like, wow, I look so much better than that fat slob that I used to look like. And it's just that first time experiencing confidence in your looks. Run with that shit. It's amazing. I'm gonna make my kid fat as fuck for sure.
Do you think the frat way is the only way to do it in college?
To do what?
In college, like being like a frat or like a sorority.
Ooh.
Do you think like it's like everyone should do it? It's almost like a necessary.
I think everyone that can do it should do it.
Okay.
Not everyone's cut out for it. And you got to pick your frat very carefully, which is not easy to do because they keep the program secret. And so it's really kind of based on you talking with the guys and being unbiased again, not letting them influence you one way or the other, like having your own mind and judging them in healthy ways to determine if they're have the ethics that you want. Ask them the tough questions. Watch them in the tough situations.
How did it work to you getting recruited? Was there like a day that you talked to a bunch of them, or did you just know somebody?
No, I got lucky as fuck. When I got on campus, I was fourth year in college. Because I was in community college for 3 years, so I came in as like a sophomore, junior.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want old people like that. They want all the young kids, easy to influence. I was late the first week. Well, first semester I had a girlfriend. I didn't care about that. I was just getting used to college. Second one, I was like, I need to join something. Let's join some academic one. That was cool. We started a bunch of girls, had a lot of fun. Got kind of gay, and so I was like, no, I want like a hardcore fucking party frat. Like I seen the movies. I want to see what the fuck that's about. That looks sick as shit. Like, I don't want to leave college and not have that pay all this money, and I'll at least have a few of those like, ooh, frat, let loose, everyone's wild experiences. Like, no, there's more to college than just you get good grades and get a job. Well, fuck jobs, make your own job. Anyways, some frats are fucked up. Some frats do shit that's not ethical, that you have to stand up and say, no, I will not touch someone else's balls.
Just making everybody like teabag.
Yeah, you gotta set boundaries. You gotta be like, hey, I'm not gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing gay shift. I'm not doing things that'll permanently hurt my body. And I'm smart enough to know when to stop.
Yeah.
And so I was that person. I would say, hey, I'll eat the whole apple with the stem and everything, but I heard the seeds have arsenic in there, so I prefer not to eat the seeds. It's less than 1% of the apple. Like, you cool with that? Yeah, just fucking communicate, have the conversation. They're like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, all right, yeah, fine. And then,
did you have to go through like pledging because you were there like later, like a lot, or was it like less compared to the average person?
Because I was older?
Yeah.
Just my maturity made it less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's a very easy. If you don't try and you cry like a little bitch and be a little girl, they're gonna punish you more until you become a man.
Yeah, they're gonna like watch.
And I had my dad. I had construction. I had sports, and so and I like to work out. So they're like, do push-ups. I do really good push-ups. It was a workout for me. I'm like, why the fuck would I cheat myself if I have to do it anyways? And so they would be like, that's a good push-up. Everyone should watch me do push-ups. And I'm like, guys, it's not hard. Just if we all did the fucking push-ups the right way, we'd be done in an hour.
Wasn't it? Weren't you part of like one of the first frats to ever be like a frat?
Charter. Yeah, so that was the first one to turn gay.
Oh, okay, that was the first one.
Yeah, it was a nice introduction.
What was the next one?
That was the first Asian frat ever founded.
That's what it was. First
That's
Asian frat ever founded.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's one of the first of
1926 was when they started making this thing. Yeah, and they made it because they wanted to join a frat, but all the frats are white, and the white guys wouldn't let them in. So they're like, well, then I guess we just start an Asian frat.
Was the other one that you were at was all white?
No.
Oh, okay. It was
mishmash.
Little mishmash.
Mishmash. Yeah, it was an academic one, so there was no racial profiling.
Oh, so it was just academics. I was confused when you said that. Like, you guys didn't have a house or anything. Okay.
No,
you guys would just like hang out after school and
we just did the charter programs. They had like 10 different things that we had to do each week.
Interesting.
Vote on this, decide on that, argue about this, say these words, memorize that.
But at the Asian frat, it was like live there.
No.
Oh, it wasn't even live there. They didn't have like a fraternity house.
The typical schedule was 1 day a week. We did Monday nights. And so you show up at Monday nights, you do whatever exercise or program that they want you to do.
Yeah.
And the programs are not things you've ever done before.
Yep.
They're things that challenge and push you and show you who you are. To you and to everyone else. And there's a lot of decisions to be made that you've never made before. And it really makes you think on your feet.
That's what I always thought about if I missed out on college. Like, obviously now looking back on it, I'm building the life that I want. But I remember like during the college days, I was like, should I have done the frat thing? Is college a cool aspect of it?
You were rotten at 16. I'm sure you had way different experiences than most college kids.
100%. I'm just saying, I always think of like you said, the college experience, right? Is it something which is slowly dying? I think college is probably gone. I just saw Harvard
Everyone got rid of frats.
Harvard just dropped an online school. So I think colleges are about to be.
They've been fucked for a long time.
But like what? Like
I never took college seriously.
I mean, they've been fucked, but let's just say how long has the standard not been there? 10 years? Maybe.
What standard?
That people are now going to college less. Like college has probably gone down in the law. It was a standard probably 10 to 15 years ago, right? And now it's going down. But I mean, it's only in it's brand new that it hasn't been a standard.
It will always be a standard for people that can't think for themselves.
Yeah. For
people that just do what they're told, college is the standard. I'm not saying my parents weren't that way. They were open in a lot of ways, but yeah, they also believed that this is how you go.
Yeah.
But they weren't super hard on it. They were like, hey, you find something better to do, you find something better to do. But I was like, no, I want to go play in college. Fuck that. Girls and alcohol and like, not like a fucking daycare. Why would I not want to fucking, hell yeah.
Also depends if you want to, depends what you're getting into, right? Some things need degrees or look better with degrees. or if you want to be in
Anything
the
that
system.
needs a degree is brainwashing typically.
Well, you're going into a system, right? You want to be in a metal degree.
It's a system.
If you want to have a
It's
metal degree,
one system.
yeah.
It's the most profitable system that you're getting into. And so I just tell people be careful.
I don't know about that if it's the most profitable. You can make a lot of money without being in the system.
Sorry, that's if you are an entrepreneur. We're talking different things right now. We're talking jobs, working for somebody. But medical, you need a degree, lawyer, you need a degree. Finances. Do you? You need college degree for finances? I thought it was just like a
work at a
course or
firm,
something.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Like economics or something?
Yep. Some type. It might just even be a bachelor's, depending on how high you're going up in the finances.
But that doesn't matter. Like having a degree in a field, like for all engineering, you have to have your degree, you have to pass tests, you have to have experience so you get a license. Anything that's licensed with, a specific degree from an accredited college. Well, I don't know. I was thinking medical industry, to be honest. Medical industry is kind of brainwashed. Lawyers, you can go whatever direction you want, I think, as long as who you're working for has ethics. But as far as medical goes, that is only one way to do things. It's the most profitable way to do things. You're taught one way, and to think of every other way as a sin. I have a friend that I told I go to the chiropractor. He's a pharmacist. And he goes, chiropractor's not real. You just got your money scammed. You're dumb. I'm like, okay, Mr. Doctor, Mr. Pharmacist Doctor, not real doctor.
Pharmacist doctor is so real though. So fucking real.
I was like, so if one of your, if your spine was misaligned, what's the, pharmacist doctor way to do it? What's the way they teach you in the books? He goes, surgery, without even hesitating.
Stop. Just immediate response.
He's a director of a hospital.
Jeez. It's the easy way out.
There's no other way.
I mean, it's the easy way out.
No, it's the profitable way out.
Yeah.
It's always the most profitable. If you can just look at everything with that one little question in the back of your head of money, who's profiting?
Yep.
You will answer almost every fucking question you have in life that you're confused about.
Of course. Do you ever think that when you question that, because I catch myself sometimes being a pessimist about it?
How so?
Well, just like, I think sometimes it's hard for me to see the good when you think like that. Because you can boil a lot of things down to money, even though if it's not money,
That's just growth. You're just looking at one side of the spectrum fully and with focus to really try to understand it. Don't worry. Don't run away from it.
Yep.
Don't feel bad about it. It's part of the process. You can't look at both sides of the spectrum all the time. You're going to be distracted. You have to go from one to the other. You have to really experience as far as you can go on one side of the spectrum.
To then see the other side.
And as far as you can go on the other side. And your brain will naturally make an amazing decision. It'll go, yeah, the positive way is better. But there's certain negative things to be careful about.
What do you think the percentage of people that are ignorant, like in like day-to-day life?
Everyone's ignorant in different things. That's what makes us equal.
Interesting. I like that answer. I just catch myself a lot of people that feel like they live their, like somebody that would almost get, I guess you call it stupid more than ignorant, of like getting a fucking phone call from someone in Indonesia to like
the
Bitcoin
Nigerian prince.
Yeah, the Nigerian prince aspect. I remember when I heard that from one of an ex-girlfriend I had, family member that
You did not.
I swear. I was like, okay, like your family member's a little kind of slow, right? A little slow. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, she's really cool. She's really nice. She's like, yeah, just some people like don't understand. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, she's the type of person that got on a phone call. They said they were the IRS. She walked to her ATM, pulled out $7,000, walked to a gas station Bitcoin machine, and fed $7,000 into it.
Lazy.
You think it's laziness, huh? You don't think it's an ignorance thing?
It's the same thing.
Really?
Ignorance is laziness.
Where does that correlate, though?
Ignorance is knowing a method or a way or an opinion or belief
without looking at the other side.
And being content with that one way and never questioning, because it takes too much work to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Life is easier when you just do what people tell you to. So you think. So they think. But it's just one way to live life. And we call those NPCs.
And they're on the planet.
I try to believe that even people who are NPCs can be shown the divine spark. I have been trying my whole life with lots of different people in lots of different ways. Successful? My expectations weren't met. Ever. Not once.
But there was progress.
Close. But I realized that it's not about meeting my expectations, about just helping them with one thing,
with their journey,
and just being that mentor, being that good example where they have a different option finally, not the ignorant option, but they finally have an option other than the one they've been choosing, and that's all you could do for people.
It scared me.
But it's the most you could do for people. It's amazing.
It scared me. One of my first podcasts was a girl that didn't talk about her abortion for about 15 years. I don't think I ever posted the episode. And I remember she came on here, and it was the first time of me giving just another insight of the perception of abortion. And she broke down into tears, and she was talking to me about, hey, just bringing another aspect, just hey, looking at the clock from just one other hand, trying to see a different aspect of it. It's a true thing. I think a lot of people, and obviously you're like a shepherd on this planet, you help people see ways. That's a big thing, I think, in your journey in your life of showing people different perceptions, It's
a high. I just get high off of it.
I think it's your journey.
Yeah, which is also my addiction.
I think it's an addiction, but I also think it's
addiction doesn't have to be bad.
I think
you can choose good ones.
I think I've realized in my life too, I have a lot more people that I help compared to I don't call those people when I'm going through trauma. A lot more people call me when they're going through a traumatic event or feeling sad or feeling down or questioning life, compared to how many people do I call out for that. It shows in aspects of people think, oh, well, all your friends should be equal, right? You should be able to call those people that maybe call you, but it's different. Some people you do, some people you don't. It's different strokes almost.
I don't know. I don't think that's something that's your problem. I think it's how other people represent themselves. I think they don't make themselves available
to be ready
to those things, and so you don't think of them when doing those things. Because I have a few people, and you're one of them, that I can share things that, well, you and me are a little more independent, and we're guys, and we've had lots of experience. We like to figure things out on our own.
Mm-hmm. But we bounce stuff off each other.
But there's times where it's like, okay, I think I have a good strategy, but something down here just feels like it's not quite right. And you could say it to the mirror, write it down, all that stuff works too. But like saying it to another living person,
way different.
It puts it into reality, and it makes your brain fully think about it, not half think about it as an imaginary thought. Now someone else heard it.
Yeah, you're feeding
now
the energy.
You can never take that back, and your brain has to process it, and that's what I like to use people for. And oftentimes I don't even need an answer from them, but just telling them automatically gives me the answer, like so quickly. So quickly. All I had to do is find someone that just listened, or I think's listening.
You don't even think it's the back and forth, like bouncing it off the walls. You think it's just actually feeding that energy to somebody else, feeding those words to somebody?
Saying at my stage, I don't do the back and forth much anymore. I've learned that all the answers exist inside me.
Yeah.
And just remembering the right one based on like how it makes me feel and things like that. I don't need to look outward.
Yeah.
But I need to project outward. I need to make things real and make things serious and get that robot AI brain actually thinking about it.
I like that.
And working together with the consciousness and the feeling of God and everything and then the answer's just there. Yeah. It's just very confidently, I know what it is. I know what a knot is. And, that's I think that's a big thing that especially in Asian culture, but for a lot of cultures, is people are so fucking afraid of failure that our society
They won't try.
makes it that if you fail, you are a failure and you are bad and you're like lose a bunch of points and you got to make all the catch up in the levels or whatever. And people don't see that failing is how you level up the fastest.
It's really the only way, I think.
I've never seen another way.
Well, there's the way I've talked about people try to give you advice, but for the most part, you got to fall on your face to get back up.
But what is practice? Practice isn't going out there and doing it perfectly. It's going out there, giving your best, not doing it perfectly.
Yeah.
People think of failure as a big thing, as always a big thing. There's a lot of little micro ones we do out throughout the day, and it just depends on how you look at yourself and judge yourself. It's good to look at yourself, but not be too hard on yourself. Forgiving yourself is the biggest thing, while still being in reality. But I learned from a book, Failing Forward by John Maxwell, in 19. I really got that book, and I really realized that there's a certain amount of failing that every successful person has to do. The more successful you want to be, the more failing you have to do. That's the work you put in. You can wait for the failures to come to you. You can make them happen. You can design the failures. And so you know what to expect. You're already there. It's not a surprise. You can enjoy it. And the more you fail, the more you learn to find the enjoyment in it and the humor.
And it's way better quality at the end. It's if you understand all the different aspects. I love what you said about like loving the failure, because it's almost, I think a lot of people just get hung up on it. It's like, all right, I want to become an engineer. Now it's like, oh, the job interview part sucks, or oh, this sucks. But it's like, if you just think of all those things as I'm going to become an engineer, like they don't fucking matter. And they're just another step on your fucking journey, compared to micro fucking managing it and thinking people are thinking that those things are going to hinder you for the rest of your career.
The fastest way to grow is to learn to enjoy the things that people
suck.
tell you not to enjoy. Like I love fear now. I fear is lack of knowledge, and anything I've ever been afraid of, I go research and I learn about it.
Dive into it,
and the fear goes away almost completely. And so anytime I can watch a movie or get surprised or something new happens and I get this feeling of fear, I love it because I don't get it that often anymore. And I'm just like, oh, there it is. It's kind of like getting tickled, or the shivers, the goosebumps.
Do you think that's something too, because you have already established business and there's something to people love building, right? You always hear when people have businesses, they're like, those early days at Apple were the best because it's like the grind and the build and the upward battle. Do you think that has an aspect of it, of the fear is almost like a hint of that?
Well, I think that things are more fun in the beginning because there's less politics. It's less complicated. It's more work, but it's more focused work.
Well, it's like building a Lego, I think, almost. Not even politics. It's like, is it more fun looking at the Lego when it's built, or is it more fun building the Lego set?
Well, it depends if you're following the instructions or not.
Okay, that's valid. I'm talking about, follow whichever. I mean,
are they simple instructions, or does each instruction have a different code regulation that you have to go look up and understand so you don't build it incorrectly so it falls down if an earthquake happens?
I think more of like building a business, not more of like the intricacies of the it's like Apple. Yes, the politics suck, and like building a house, the codes suck, but it's like, I bet those early days of like you building yours, of like figuring out different clients, and like, I know for me, like I think I catch myself falling into the trap of like, hey, I enjoy getting like new tools, and like I've redone my setup. I mean, you've seen it, me done it like twice. I've done it like 4 times at this point now. There's something about like my first setup would have been fucking fine for my business, right? But there's something about like perfecting it, starting from scratch, rebuilding, talking to people, and kind of bouncing the ideas off. I know, I just think there's something to it of, I know you're saying like the fear aspect of it, but I think there's also something that maybe goes in with like, is it almost you chasing the build? You hear everybody, I mean, a lot of people I've heard that I've talked to in conversations of the build, it was like, they'll refer to their business, really, they'll talk about the first 5 years forever. And then the last 10, it's pretty much just been maintaining what the first 5 did. And they like really talk about the first 5 a lot.
I've only had my business 5-6 years, so I haven't got to that point. But I can imagine. It's starting to get to a point where things are being a little more repetitive, and I am getting disinterested in it.
Really?
Like before when it was just like everything was new and I was kind of didn't have work. It was, I don't know, I felt like hustling more. And now that I have my set of clients and have a steady income from them,
you're just maintaining.
I enjoy my time with it. It's just a different experience. The thing is that I think that a lot of people, when they build a business, they imagine and only focus on the goal, whatever that may be. Have this skyscraper and everybody will want to buy stuff from me and I'll be famous. I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. I haven't done that before. For me, it's always been the journey. As long as the journey is interesting, then I'm just right where I need to be.
Yeah. Because a lot of people I think I caught myself with that, right? There was like a Google partner program. And I swear for like 6 months, I was like, all I could think about was like joining this partner program. And I was like, this is going to be like, I was so focused on the destination. And at the end of it, going through that journey, realizing that like partnering up with a conglomerate like Google, you're just in a constant repetitive monopoly of paying $40 for each lead that comes up, and it takes so much out of your front end that you're pretty much just working for an advertisement company, that it's definitely needs to be more about the journey. I agree. The journey is what matters.
And not forcing things.
Letting them come to you.
But again, if I didn't go do that same Google type things with Angie's ads, don't use them. This is not a plug. They're terrible. But
really fuck Angie's ads.
But I did find that one lucky opportunity that was not what I was looking for. So this person should not have contacted me for this, but he did. And he believed in me. And I took that belief and built it into a business. And it's what I've always wanted to do. And it's so weird. It's so weird how you get to your goals. Everyone thinks that like it's a straight line. It's never a straight line. It's always you going out doing something you never wanted to do. You never thought you were going to do, but just fucking risking it and giving it a chance. And somehow
it all fucking connects.
It pings around like a ball in a pinball machine and gets to the fucking hole.
To the jackpot.
It's crazy. But the whole thing is just holding the frequency, living the life that I'm going to be, I'm going to be this or that.
Yeah.
And not expecting it to go a certain way. However it goes, it goes. And life becomes so nice. You can manifest anything. And the way you get there is always so interesting. And I'd rather get there in a way that's not normal. How boring. Yeah. Oh, let me tell the same story everyone's told. Fucking snore. No, I want some fucking like, I did this and that.
And it got to there. I think that's a great point to end on. I really appreciate you coming on. And life is, it's a fucking pinball machine.
There's different ways to look at life. You can look at life like a victim, where it's, why do you make so much pain and suffering? Why do you make things so difficult? Or if you ever meet God, you can just tell them, thank you so much for the opportunity to experience this beautiful world. There's so many flavors and titties and experiences that I just lose myself in. I cannot believe the paradise you built. There cannot be a more perfect place than where we are right now.
Thanks again, Kevin, for coming on. You got to come on more. We got to have the reoccurring guest.
Let's do it at my place next time.
We got to get it set. I got to figure out the mobile. We're going to make that happen. Yeah, we can.
That could be a test run.
Because we can.
We got to figure out a test run so we can go out and fucking do this shit.
Yes, 100%.
Switch off cameras and
go from there. Thanks for watching. Yeah.